All the chats. Test it. Working. It's working.
Him and Neptune really just pop off potential throughout the course of that opener. Now they'll shift gears. We'll look towards the offense for Surge.
What's up, Hades? How you doing, buddy?
They were able to do. You mentioned they were a couple plays, couple rounds away from making things a little bit more interesting in the final. And hell, you're able to take this control. It shifts the series because that's gotta be a whole lot of confidence. You're able to take one against the best control team in the game, and you know you can win hard points off of them. You did it in that final. Maybe you get all the way to a map 5, but Neptune will carry his 5 streak in. 0-4 open things up with an 8.
All right, come on, see what we got.
Counts. He's going to take a similar route out pull side like Hydra, and you
roll.
see the timing. They pick it
Oh,
up.
damn!
Yeah, you got that internal clock. You got the game.
Fuck!
They turn right as he goes to hit the edge, and well, their other teammate do the same thing on the other side. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's just pretty much like, hey, as soon as we win this first gunfight, start to turn. You know, maybe someone off spawn gives you the heads up, hey, I spawned here. That means there's someone flanking, so just able to communicate, and well, you double chow that player down. So it was looking so good early in this round for Surges. Now they're going to have to battle for map control.
The battle will continue, but you got people out there on the line for both sides of it. The Booze will be holding left side catwalk, waiting for his teammates to rally up, both now off a spawn. See if he can help find an opening. Just tough to get angles from here. Sometimes nasty though. Abuza wants to hop into the fray, swap over the sub, and able to slide past one, at least get one, but it's been 1-for-1 really over a lot of these pushes, so no one able to get any kind of real control over the site. Waiting for maybe a big multi-kill to be the difference, but with what, sub 20 seconds to go and still a flurry here around the point. Pressure on Surge now to get, I mean, those 3 ticks are looking great for Thieves right now.
Yes, this is what we see, but we've also seen a lot of last-second pushes where you get 3 or 4 dead, and it turns into that A-cap. Finally, that opening jumps on through, but can Scrap find one? He's going to delay this a little bit longer, allow his teammates to get in position for that retake. There's the second one dead. The last 2 players coming off the spawn. That's 0-4 and Neptune. Neptune gets sent back to spawn. Same at 0-4, same with Nasty. It's looking like Thieves gonna tie it up.
Might have one last chance to touch it, or do you? Not gonna be able to get there. Actually, the fights are happening pretty deep outside of the site. So what? Tick and a half, which we will round down to 1. 1 tick through for Surge. So far, Thieves a bit better on the defensive end. We'll see if that'll be the conversation here. Who's better on defense, or if somebody can really take over in an offense.
A lot of the times it's just like 1 kill, right? Because you take 1 player off that objective, buys a few more moments for your teammates to get there. And a couple of times it was just Scrap, just sort of holding it down, able to find 1 gunfight when you had multiple players over towards Cat. He just held his position.
It's just sort of the nature of this map and like how small it is and how the central point is. I think it just ends up being, you don't have a ton of 3 or 4 downs because it's just like this staggered reinforced constantly from both teams. And it's just like gunfight, 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 gunfight. It's just one over and over and over again. Like someone will pop a double, but it's not that often often that you have like a clean 3-4 dead.
No, it's just
not.
Well, yeah.
Well, no, off the opening break sometimes, yes, that's a little bit different. I mean, once you get into like the blender of the map and you get into that sort of reinforced cycle, it's tough. It is.
Yeah, and a lot of times it's just sort of like survivability on this point, right? Just like there's all these pillars who can just slide out and maybe turn the numbers to your side.
It can be tough to pop a crazy multi-kill too, just because of that, right? Like, you just don't have the angle.
Well, this is what you're talking about. It comes down to a 1 versus 1, and there is the retake.
And it's literally just everyone sprinting back over and over again. And just one play can be the difference, or you'll just have that 1-for-1 that just continues throughout the course of it. Still a minute to work with. You got 1 tick done. Nasty ends up working out for him, and now you have a threat in the back line of Thieves. We're gonna have to worry about Nasty, or maybe they'll just leave him, spawn out pull, and see what they're gonna take routes and opt to do, but...
Yeah, I think the key is a couple of times you've had either Envoy or Hydra trying to take like a longer route. They just have not been able to find much success yet in the respawn. Not getting the best game on Envoy and Joe. See if they can turn this around, turn it into something. Some pressure on the point, but there's that multi-kill from Neptune to give Surge numbers. He's up to 18. Abuz is really come alive here as well. Defense so strong for both squads.
I think with a map like this, like, yeah, they've got 2 offenses so far. You're padding your stats in the defense, and you might be getting bottled up a bit in the offense. Just sort of what it is.
Yeah, not wrong.
Okay, well, there's 3 straight, though. That's the moment they have not been able to have, and they have it in that last-ditch effort. And you're still okay in the lives. You're down 2, but listen, you're ahead big time in the ticks now. And you win your opening gunfight as you surge on out. Can they turn this into any more progress? Ghosty trying to get down from topside art, not able to do it. Scrap putting a tough one, but traded out quickly. It's Hydra once again with a route. We'll see if this works out.
I say, is he gonna turn? He is. Yeah, that's 04. 04's like, I'd do something like this. We're looking for Hydra. That type of player that he is. Maybe that's sort of conversation you're having. You know, and it's just sort of like that last player. Hydra loves to take these routes. Somebody turn around.
Those are the guys. You can't necessarily shut down, because a lot of times those players are disgusting, you know, but you can minimize them. Or at least make them win insane fights, right? Like, make them earn it. And that's what I do like about our maps, even though they're a little like one-dimensional. You don't get, like, just free flanks. You have to win a fight to get to spots, usually. You can't just dive into water on Hydro, swim underground, and then you're behind a whole team, you know? Like, you got to win a fight usually to get somewhere. You complain how you'd like about certain things in Surge, but at least for respawn.
There is a pool on this map. We could add water.
Yeah, you're mostly having to play pretty straight up. Oh, that's been my biggest issue with maps in the past. I hate when someone can get a flank for free. Like, not. I mean, you can get a flank sometimes. You just take a long route, but there's been times you just don't even really have to take.
There's just so many lanes.
Yes. It's 7 lanes disguised as like a 3-lane map, and you run right up the map and just get behind people because you can't watch 3 things if you're one person. So here, I mean, it's pressure to those types of players and pressure to teams to deal with them, but Surge hold it. But again, they're up 2-1, but advantage still to Thieves, just based on the ticks department. But we don't talk about that at all if somehow Surge are able to win this round, because then they win the map.
Should somebody find an opening?
I say there's someone right next to them, and Ghosty eventually gets it. The opening might be going over to Envoy, though. Just door slamming.
I mean, it's like, which door was that?
He's got his headphones on backwards, literally, too, so I don't even know what's going on there for him.
Yeah, but he's used to that,
That's
so
true.
He should react to it.
Still the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life.
Isn't there a second player who does it? Who's the second one?
Yeah, I always forget the second one. I was the first one told me he did it.
Is it Ghosty?
It might be.
Yeah.
It might be. I remember saying, like, Envoy, why do you wear your headset backwards? Like, I don't know. I did as a kid. I used to. Like, okay. Makes no sense to me whatsoever. But lives-wise, you're all right. The problem going to be time now for Surge. You've got 40 or so seconds, but you need some progress. I mean, 04 gets to a spot, but the rest of your team drops, so you're now useless until everyone comes back off spawn. Your position known. Beautiful stun, backing him up, just kind of keeping him out of the play, and then Envoy able to pick it up from mid-map. Nice comms there from Thieves. Don't let 04 get away while you got everybody else off respawn. But this is your last chance.
I mean, They've just flipped the map. They just sort of leave the players inside of A, hunt down the other 2, and now they're going to use their numbers in Well, retake it beautifully. So, yeah, you only have 2 ticks. It's looking like LA Thieves going to have defense in round 5, but sometimes in Vault, it's one moment. Can they somehow extend this? Booz is hoping his teammates can find a kill or two. Gonna try to cause a distraction, but that won't work.
Whew. So, yeah, you've got 2 total ticks. Now you're hoping for some round 5 magic if you are Surge, but you've just been shut out. And yeah, we've had some crazy ones, but not, I feel like not that many ones on Vault. Like, obviously, we've had some Hacienda ones. Invasion was almost a guarantee last year. But Vault, not that many. We'll see.
Surge, crazy the way that year started, because there was so many offensive round wins.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's weird, too, because, like, that's usually the opposite, like, each year, right? Yeah. It's just all defense, and then teams get better at offense. Like, this year, yeah, no, it's 100% been teams got better at defense. We'll see if that changes.
The heck were these guys doing early in the year?
Yeah, right. I'm sure it's just comms, picking up lanes, pick up flanks, timings. It's
what actually works, yeah.
Yeah. Need one more shutout round on defense from Thieves, and they'll close out this series 3-0. Neptune trying to be the playmaker, but it's Scrap on 5 straight. Ghosty on 4, and cleanup duty from LA Thieves to deal with the first push. And now you're back to step 1, and I mean, you've just been fighting over middle control really the entire time. Granted, you haven't had much success of your Surge, but you've had quite a bit more.
Well, Hydra's gonna find that timing. Gonna take the pull route, able to get behind. Now just controlling Catwatch, has the help of his SMG doing Envoy. So 0-4 and Nasty, they're just kind of isolated out there, trying to work the objective, maybe pause the clock. Now all 4 players gonna be off spawn. Dude, Envoy's position, they're all gonna be spawning poolside.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a player like Envoy and Hydra, like, what is more fun than defense on a control? Like, you've got control. You have all the freedom. You don't need to worry about an objective so much. You just go out and find kills. It's got to be a blast.
You were right. I mean, just Ghosty and Envoy on defense. Stat line looking much better. This man is on 10 in a row.
Yeah, what'd I say? Yeah, yeah, 2 offenses struggling. Now, yeah, you get to your 3rd defense, and suddenly stat line looking a little bit better. But yeah, 10 in a row helps. Behind the back-to-back defense, this streak gonna end there. Tries to swing on 2 players. Hydra, cleanup duty. We'll see if he can get both. He's able to do not that. I thought he had the second one. Not gonna happen. Maybe a palm tree coming into play. Ghosty, well behind his 10 spree. He's gonna get a streak. Makes things even harder for Surge. We'll call that into the fray immediately. I'll dip them right off of A, because we've got windows. 13.6 on the clock. Abuza on the point. Try to stack this and get whatever progress they can. Can they get one? It's just 1 for 1, 1 for 1. They've just yet to have that.
Well, now the problem is you have 8 lives, so you gotta get both points. Not gonna happen. 15-6. LA Thieves just looking so strong in control now. 8-0. When you talk about Major 2 qualifiers and a minor undefeated in that game mode, their search to destroy, their control getting better and better.
I think that's just a statement from them in the sense like, hey, listen, great final. You guys have improved a lot. You got more work to do.
Yeah, we won our hard point, so.
Yeah, and like Surge, I mean, I've been the biggest fan of this run from them. It's been awesome to watch, but they're not there yet. Even though that was a great grand final, they still, well, they know. I think they know that too. There's still work to do. Map pool to expand. Could they get hot on any given Sunday and beat anybody? Yeah, sure. But I think Thieves just consistently are going to be the better team, at least for now.
Well, and again, I think, you had your chance in Skyline to sort of extend this series, get us to a Skyline hardpoint. Because I tell you what, they get to like game 5, like a red card Surge. They're a red card Surge. That's where they beat them. They smoked Thieves in the final. Like, it's very good. So they have their maps where they are sort of, unstoppable, but they have to pick it up elsewhere.
Well, it also just feels like it can't be like a guaranteed control win either. There needs to be. I know this goes 5, but like, I don't know, what do you call it? Like, it goes 5, but it wasn't really close. Like, it wasn't, right? Like, I know.
Oh, the rounds.
Yes, it goes. Yes, it goes 5 rounds, but like,
defense, baby.
It wasn't really all that close. It wasn't. Like, it's not as competitive as a 3-2 line. Like, Thieves dominated that. If you just talk about the ticks and what they were able to do on defense, so. Yeah, I mean, if you don't give them that run, kind of in the search and destroy, where they win 3 straight rounds, I mean, this honestly it's a dominant series from Thieves. It is. They get it done. They take it 3-0. They'll be undefeated. I mean, these are your 2 top teams. You talk about the qualifier. You were 3-0 for Surge. You now take your first loss. I mean, I think it's not that big of a deal for them.
No.
It's not. Like, You start out 3-0, you made it to a final. There have been so many improvements in Neptune. Like, okay, let's see what we did wrong. Let's try to improve it. We're not there yet, but we're getting close.
Yeah, I think there's probably a couple individuals that want to continue to improve still.
Yeah.
But they're going to work on that.
Yeah, but a statement series from Thieves after the final win. They're able to dominate at 3-0. Chris, Ant, let's hear your thoughts.
Well done, Thieves, speeding through that series with a 3-0 despite a close 5 rounds. Dan Ghosty called game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you talk about Vancouver's plan and what Rambo tweeted about. It's like expand our map pool. Well, your Skyline looks a hell of a lot better.
Yes.
Went to round 11 and Vault's their worst control. They just went to round 5. They just look like they're improving their map pool, which is exactly what they need to do. 3-1 now, like they're not in fear of going into the losers bracket. Like they're going to be in winners bracket when we come major time. So for Surge, absolutely, when we get to the major, are they going to be able to contend with a team like Thieves? I think so, Chris.
Now, Joe was saying that defense kind of had an edge on Vault. You saw Vancouver start with defense in the opening round. Does that make you think that they have the edge throughout the whole game?
I mean, kind of, yeah. I mean, you think they'll be able to set pace when you look at this team, but the problem was like 0-4 and Nasty just had a bad map, man. Like, you get gaps sometimes when you play Thieves. Their ability to spawn trap, I mean, we saw in the final round what happened, Chris, like Ghosty's on a 10 streak. You got Hydra in your base, like wreaking havoc. So, you know, just got caught in that loop and they weren't able to recover. And Thieves, I mean, this is now 10 controls in a row. It's going to be hard to beat them. So this is good reps and good VOD for them to go watch after the match, and I definitely think Surge will improve.
How far back is Surge in control, and who else can hang with LA Thieves once we get to this major? Because in 11 days, you and I are hopping on flights down to Texas.
Yeah, I mean, I think you look at Atlanta, they can definitely contend with them, especially in the patrol game mode. And you're looking across at the rest of the league, like I'd say C9 if they get their heads on straight and actually perform on land. I think they're a team that would give us a good performance versus Thieves in a rematch. The problem with C9 is, who we're going to see later today, is their vault is in a bad spot, right? So it forces them to play like a Hasi or something like that, and that's a tough game up against the LA Thieves.
Nasty, it is your turn to hop on Twitter and apologize to Easy Mac. In the meantime, we'll take a look at your scuff play of the... Oh, yeah, Nasty hard quit out of that lobby. Let's take a look at your scuff play of the game. It belongs to the Frenchman. Hydra getting the job done in game number 1, setting the tone with some hard point dominance alongside Scrap. They put up 80 kills combined. This one, some of the flashiest, though.
Yeah, I mean, this was like what people envisioned, especially Nate Shot when he built this roster. Like Kobe and Shaq, bro, going crazy, just dunk after dunk. And, you know, you watch this one, and we highlighted in the drawing conclusions, Hydra just, they're playing around him. This was the moment, you see it right here. They're all just holding, letting Hydra make the impact play. Like, let's put him in a position to succeed, because once he succeeds and makes those impact plays, then we're all going to reap the benefit of it. So it was poetry in motion, and it was a 100-point swing for them. Unbelievable, and exactly what you envisioned when you saw this roster.
We caught 3 triple kills live. That
What's up, Fade? How you doing?
Feed, but this man is no stranger to multi-kills. Hydra, what was different
Hi guys, how you guys doing?
in the rematch?
Good.
Because you guys went to a game 7 just last Sunday, and now we're done in 3.
I mean, we didn't chalk the our point this time, the vault.
Winning the
Last
hard
time
point.
we give them the spawn P4, so we give them a map like this, so this time didn't happen.
So, Paco, there was a lot of chatter after the match where you guys put your in-game mics in and you let them hear it, all right? You said, I think Scrap said they will never play you guys in a finals once again. Why that passion, and why did you guys feel so strongly about that?
I mean, we just want to win. I think it's more for
Sorry
the
to hear
goal.
that.
I don't think it's
I really
too
am.
serious.
Okay.
It's nothing too crazy. I mean, I have nothing against Surge, or like I don't think Ernie has anything against them. Surge or like Vancouver, sorry. But yeah, it's just nothing too serious.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to have fun, just trying to win the game. That's it.
Nice. So what are you guys working on going into the major? I mean, obviously you guys haven't played FaZe since that final. What do you think you need to figure out before you go up against them again?
Still, I'm sorry to hear that.
Nothing too crazy. I think we can make better plays in the Cindy, in situations sometimes. Just trying to be on the same page. I think our point's pretty good.
Yeah.
Maybe like some rotation. Nothing too crazy. I think our control's pretty good. And yeah, I think probably SND situations.
After major number 1, we knew you were a top 2 team. Right now, you're looking like the best team in the game. So, Hydra, I want to ask you, with the team with
Not
the
bad.
most to lose,
Not bad.
how do you feel as a pro about bringing back snipers, smokes? We're evolving the game.
I'm
play,
missing knick-knack.
what we see right now in Call
I'm
of Duty
okay.
Black Ops 6, or do you hope that we see these same maps and modes and settings throughout the whole year?
I mean, I'm not against any of this. I think what would be good is having no aim assist on the sniper. Could make it like a little bit harder, and I think the skill of using a sniper would like, I don't know, just would be better. I think the sniper's pretty easy to use with the aim assist, so. But yeah, even smokes. I think we've been playing with smokes for the past 2 years, and I was doing really good with it, so I'm down for the smoke.
He's down. All right, man. Well, you can't get much better. At 85% was the last time we checked in. Where do you think you're right now on a 100 scale?
Today I was probably 75, and I was.
All right, this guy's annoying.
I was
Production.
like asleep.
Get him out
Get
of
him
here.
off. Hydra, we'll let you go collect your other 25%. We'll see you in your next matchup.
Thank you guys. You guys have a good one. Thank you.
That's LA Thieves.
So,
That's the first win
what would you rather
on
see, Fate?
the day, and we still
This
have
Grim
2 matches
or
to go. When we
the
come back,
depressed,
will the Falcons get a
sad Grim?
I don't know, but I gotta say, Hydra's 75% is like my 250%. All right, that guy's a demon.
The Phenom is done. Falcons versus the Squirrels when we return.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League.
I love this song.
My barber insisted that I try out the look, and ever since, I've been feeling pretty good. We've been playing pretty good, so I feel like I kind of got to keep it. It might be a full goatee. You never really know.
Keep your barber, my guy. LA looks good on you.
All right. Well, I look at it. It's guaranteed. Well, actually, talk about things that are easy to do. If you're having the knife holding, that's unstoppable.
Long, I have the door push. Wait, stay alive. I have the door. Use your 2 front door. Let's get front door. Let's get front door. What's your front? Nice one. Let's get late. Stay alive, bridge down. Oh my god. Let's go. Baby. We're sweeping them. I promise you we're God. Oh my god.
4v1, I think it was, the clutch, something like that. And we were just, playing the round out, and I hear, oh, cat, he's pushing at him, thinking, oh, he's dead, okay, so let's play it nice. And then I just hear a roar behind me, an absolute roar. And then he's like, watch it. And then the kill cam wasn't running, so I was doing the roll the tape, I want to see this. And luckily, it came up, and he's blown him away, and left a bit of a little doo-doo in his pants, I think.
The 2025 Vegas Falcons team pack is available now. This pack includes home and away operators, as well as this spray to let them know who was here. It was a Falcon. Next time you boot up, suit up at the in-game shop.
Right back. I gotta start my dishwasher because I want to start my pot roast today.
got the lads from Toronto Ultra ready to take on the Vegas Falcons. The Saudi squad still looking for their first match win. And Nameless, I got bad news because I was just looking through the numbers. Vegas Falcons, 12th place in all but one category in hardpoint. The one team that's lower than them is going to be Toronto Ultra. That's on rotation. Something to keep an eye on in this series. But let's talk about our squads here, because Toronto Ultra, just a year ago, considered to be there on Championship Sunday almost every tournament. This year, they lose Scrap. They bring in Beans. They bring in the S&D star and Joe Deceives. 6-1 start to the year.
Yeah.
They've slowed down since.
Yeah, they've slowed down tremendously. I mean, in the stage 1, the surge was world class. It was unbelievable. It's fallen off since then, like 4-6 in the last 10. And you look at this team, and you would think they'd be better at respawn. 21-23 in respawn on the season. It's just not going to cut it. And then it begs the question, like, who are the main slayers on this team? It's supposed to be Kleenex and Beans when you look at it, right? Both of them have had a huge drop-off coming into this stage, like 0.9s. The hard point, it's just not there, man. And for them, they just seem like they're a middle-of-the-pack team right now that's trying to figure themselves out. And in these tournament atmospheres, like, they've gotten rolled, like reverse swept in the first minor. You look at this last minor that we just watched, and they go up against Surge, was 3-0 bop. So for them, they folded in the big moments. Beans hasn't taken the next step, and Kleenex has been underperforming it throughout this stage. I know I'm being really harsh. It's just I expect this team to be better.
Yeah, you were impressed when you saw the roster put together.
Yeah.
I had big question marks, and mine were around Beans, because there's a guy I saw in Challengers finding mid-success, comes up into the CDL. He's on Boston, not a great landing place, doesn't find his form. On Toronto, you're expected to fill the shoes of Scrap.
And take the next step.
But who else can do that on the AR role? Because you look at Vegas Falcons, they don't have a shutdown AR. How many teams do?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? And when you look down Challengers, it's hard to find, like, really good available players that can replace these guys. And for Vegas, these guys, man, it's been shambles all season long, trying to find the right roster, trying to win a hard point. They're on, like, a historic streak. For them, it's just about staying in the lab and continuously improving. I mean, I think about their last match was Optic. They 3-0'd them on ball control. It was a great performance there, right? So you got to find the small W's to keep you coming back to work, right? Like, these guys are trying to grind. They're so behind. And, you know, talking with Clay and this organization, like, the experience just isn't there. I mean, you look at every other team, so many years of competitive Call of Duty. These guys, what, like 6 years combined of competitive Call of Duty experience combined, I said.
Right.
So it's going to be time. Like, they're going to have rough performances. And the fact that they can win a 3-0 control against our world champions is, I think, honorable in itself, man, honestly.
You've taken a few maps. Can you take a match? That's the question for the Falcons. They haven't been able to do it throughout all of Stage 1, and leading up to Major 2, they're still winless. As we take a look at our maps and modes, though, do they have a chance of breaking their hard point skid? They are on, what, 0-21 spree? You got Protocol and Skyline in the mix here.
I mean, yeah, you definitely have a chance versus Toronto. Like, Toronto has not been a great hardpoint team. The Skyline, Toronto's 5-1 on, so that one's going to be tough. Protocol, like, probably have a decent opportunity. The Hacienda Control, Toronto, I believe, is 0-3, so great chance to win a control.
Mad props to the Falcons. It seems like the team is smiling. At least they're in a good mood. They're going up against a team always considered one of our powerhouse squads, a top 4 contender, currently looking more like a top 6. Where do you have Toronto Ultra in your power rankings?
No, I mean, I have them in 8th. And if it wasn't for their online performance throughout a lot of Stage 1, I would honestly be worried about this team risk of, like, not making champs. That's honestly where I feel like this
not making champs.
Yeah, like, they did really good in the online portion of Stage 1, but, like, their respawn is not good, Chris. And the search has fallen off tremendously, too. They got to figure it out.
Do they drop a game to the Falcons today?
No. 3-0, Toronto.
3-0 Toronto Ultra, locked in across the board. The fans are going with Toronto as well. Miles and Chance. Falcons can get it done against Tobias, can't they, Miles?
Anything's possible, Chris. Absolutely. Chance thinks no. Wheeler came in the green room earlier, and we were like, there's a chance for a map to drop here, I think, for sure. For sure. Ultra in a bit of a downturn. Falcons, you just never know what you're going to get. We're going to find out those real soon. Chance, can it happen? Of course. Will it happen? You never know. I'm going to die on this fence. I'll die up here, man.
It's going to split you in half because you're going to be stuck there for a while. We know exactly what's going to happen in the series. It's a team that's there like 0-21 in hardpoint. They're going to lose maps 1 and map 4. The only hope is in Neslo, and they can absolutely compete in both S&D and Control. But even in those 2 game modes, they're still bottom of the league, so they can steal away some map wins here or there. But like, it's just, you know, not a lot of hope. Like, today is Joe receives day. He's going to receive the free 10 CDL points when we go about our business. But the day the Falcons win a map 1 hardpoint, we are going to lose our minds, and then maybe they still lose the series. But we'll see when we get there.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll lose my mind, and we'll have it back by the time sort of halfway through map 2 rolls around, and we see the end of map 2. We'll see how things go, but we'll see if Joe can receive. I wonder if Joe believes that they are not going to concede a big one here. Joe, of course, throughout stage 2, a 1.12 chance, and again, I'm with Puckett and Nameless on this one. I had high hopes for this Toronto Ultra roster, a high ceiling indeed. They have yet to climb to those lofty heights. Let's see if they can keep things rolling here against the Vegas Falcons map 1.
Yeah, for sure. I'm of the opinion that Toronto is just a team that we are absolutely like watching grow. Like it's, you know, you got to rebuild the chemistry.
It's like, dude, I'm live now.
And I think we've seen them take turns. Sometimes Kleenex is the guy popping 2, maybe 3 pieces, lighting up the kill feed, and then Joe Deceives will occasionally take his turn. I think we've seen all the right glimpses for the Ultra squad. It's just a matter of bringing it all together in every game mode. But clearly, the talent and skill is there. Joe Deceives, his first kill.
It was indeed. That seems to be the primary criticism.
Like, why am I getting
skills
ripped?
there. The bill's being paid not so much by it. Kleenex, though, has started things off in a very, very spicy way indeed. That's a 4-2 after that drop. Over towards P2 we roll. And again, for Ultra, a reasonably productive, not the most efficient P1. They've got a full setup here over towards New, and are going to contend with at least one wave of kills from the Falcons boys before we get a real taste of how this point's yet to go.
Well, this absolutely, I mean, this is as efficient as it gets. I mean, you break the P1, you end up flipping the spawns, get yourself towards that new time. They didn't actually block the back, but you really need to. The second the Falcons players spawn up, they're on the side of the map, Ultra turned around, so you can hold it from either there with 2 in the feed. Joe Deceives on a 4 spree, and I mean, Ultra right now, it's a team that's 0-21 on hardpoint. You want it to look perfect, and so far we have seen almost exactly that. Now, maybe a small wrinkle in the play. Number 2, Xnid trying to take the spiral route, flip those spawns, and he ends up getting a kill. So Ultra have to deal with that threat. But even with this happening on the minimap, Ultra is still collecting time.
And that in the time, of course, beans in Arabic. As over towards P3 we now go, and surrounded by the Falcons players. So this might be a rotation they win, and they needed one at that. 60 now and climbing to the 5 of the Falcons. They've got themselves in position now for P3. Inside now to contend with Beans downstairs.
That was a heady and a half.
Share of the kills. Over to 4, makes his way through into time, and it's looking like a 2 there for the Ultra boys, and the break is in.
Yeah, and just an easy break at that. Took 10 seconds to make it happen, and this is continuous of Ultra showing off efficient gameplay. Even the timing, Joe Deceives just caught a player throwing a trophy, and that death forced the Falcons player to spawn across the map. So that's a moment for the Falcons of just like, set your controller down and do not play. It will be better than what is actually happening, but we still got to figure out the details, as Ultra seemingly does not. I mean, they have this map down so far to a T.
Fuck!
Watertight defense here in P3. Joe takes care of Xnid in the backline there. Finds 10 now for cleaning.
What up, King?
In his life so far, and that is a
holy fuck!
Worried about his performance, not so worried in this map, folks. Once again, though, a clean rotation for the Vegas.
Crap, are you here? Are you seeing this shit?
Amount of time thus far in the map. Now they've got the money hill chance. It's time to cash in.
It is the easiest or second easiest hill in the game to hold when you get a full setup. So any pro team, this needs to be at least 40 seconds.
Fucking finally, they got some time. Holy shit!
Here comes the openers. Oh, it's Tobias Julianson with 2. Beans joins him in the feed. Last man in. They got 10 seconds out of it.
All right, man. Dude, fucking
sensational break from Ultra.
Ultra's wiping the fucking floor with Vegas right now in this hard point.
Control of the map, they have done so perfectly. So no complaints about the gameplay. And maybe a note on the Falcons is obviously the fundamentals for hardpoint are not there. I think the hardpoint's gonna get worse for them over time. Like as other teams start to figure things out, like, hey, how do we actually break a P4? Other teams are just gonna be getting better faster. So I think
the fuck
to win a hardpoint, honestly, might be a thing of the past.
They're getting slimmer though. It does feel that way again as everyone gets much better at Black Ops 6. As the year progresses, and bear in mind we're coming up on Major 2, so we're not that far into it. And the Vegas Falcons falling behind here, certainly on protocol as well. And Insight, or you,
dude, what the fuck, bro?
You were that close to whom the chances were on.
How do you not check the fucking behind you?
First set, I mean, really doesn't get much better than 177 to 18 right now. Over to Wixel trying to find himself a little bit of
swag. Are you seeing this shit?
P1 Beans not necessarily having to worry too much. Finally got down 2 dead, 3 dead. Falcons on the approach.
At clean 4-man wipe, you got 18 seconds. You got the right
side. They fucking finally broke 20. Holy shit!
Talk about a flock of players roaming together, trying to hunt these guys down, but a semblance of control for Falcons.
Oh, indeed. Exnid gets a ton of intel. Can't get a lot out of it. Oh, can't get anything out of it. An unfortunate slip, quite literally, though. 3 dead again. So intel passed. The rest of the Falcons find their kills, and they still have...
One, but clean out that got out from Ultra has been able to slip the net and get behind enemy lines for the rotation. So Falcons finally
what up, Birdie?
A bit of love, but Ultra already setting up.
This is fucking ridiculous, bro.
Does get caught, so good reads for
fucking finally broke 40. Can you break 50?
Well, so nice little run we're having. Falcons attempting to dodge the 100-point club.
Oh, they can't dodge Fuhul.
Yeah, they're not going to do it. Never mind.
They cannot dodge Fuhul. He is simply too much. Beans at 14-9, enjoying himself quite a lot from top trips. That's now 4 in a row. Falcons, a nice resurgence in the second set. But Ultra right back into a chance. Full control and plenty of air in those lungs on the final run towards 250.
Yeah, and we are just hanging out as well on time. Joe receives all of that hill time, finally does get traded, and
okay, it's not going to be a 200-point blowout.
Fight through the old time, try to go around, hit the underground route. Well, just go through P1. Beans, completely open lane. He has made it through. He is by himself, but at least he's here to block these spawns. And Insight and Kleenex showing up the feed to get rid of everybody else. Doesn't actually block the spawns, but with the stun check, I think Beans is aware someone's going to be behind him.
Yeah, to whom they're playing it very safe from the deep back. They got to get going, though. As again, the setup has not necessarily been cracked or even necessarily attempted there by the Falcons boys just yet. A great time here from Ultra. Beans still on point. The guessing games are on, and here comes the first counter. A big win there. Oh, Beans finds it. The second fully damaged. And one more bullet there, and Joe receives a 2. 20 now for the win. Toronto Ultra trying now to end map 1.
And they're going to do so. Yeah, that is a clinical effort. That is good.
Oh, they got it. They got it. Come on, guys. Come on.
Beans knows this.
Come on, 9 points.
Players at the close door pull out the God gun. It give you a nice little 2-piece as well, and that will be your game. 100-point club and then some. 250 to 68.
Good one, Toronto.
The trademark roar of Ultra as the victory screen pops up across them. Vegas Falcons left wanting there on protocol. Not a whole lot of life until we got into the second set, but it's starting to hit quite hard now. These losses, I mean, that was what, 22 in a row now in hardpoint in our regular season. And this was Beans Fuhul from top third, from the top of the zit, finding a big
What the fuck are you talking about?
As of Ultra find the map 1 win.
Yeah, and I still think, at least specifically for hardpoint, S&D will be a different story, but I think the hardpoint is only going to get worse for the Falcons as everybody else progresses as a team. Like, you know, you're putting band-aids on gunshot wounds in a sense for the hardpoint, like even just to improve. Like they're not like creating moments to like even like learn from, if that makes sense. So I don't know. Stats are going to show that off. Nearly double negative for everybody on the side of the Falcons, and well, the Ultra Boys get to feast. I mean, how about that from Insight? Dude did nothing on the map the entire time and he'd get a 100-point club. So I think if you go back and watch Insight's arrow, he's probably just in the right spot the entire time. He might get bored, but he's like, well, this is just where I need to be. He didn't have to shoot his gun, didn't have to get the hill time. He's just there for the occasional spawn.
Again, he's the sort of he's the logistics guy right now for Toronto Ultra, just making sure that everyone's well fed, making sure that that front line is healthy, the reinforcement lines are all good. So shout out Jamie Craven. It's not just the gunfights; it's about the bullets and the bandages that win wars as well, folks. Very, very important indeed there for the Ultra lads. GG in map number 1. Again, looking across the highlights, a lot of love here for the Ultra boys. The biggest sort of turnaround here for me in the Falcons, guys. Exnid doesn't look like the player he was at the start of the season. He's playing a little sort of, I don't want to say afraid, but he's showing a lot more respect. He doesn't have the same kind of reckless abandon in gunfights. And by that I mean he sees you, he goes for you, he kills you, and then he looks for your teammates. And that's the guy I'm missing. And right now, I'm watching him retreat out of bottom third. We're watching him fall off towards the big door side. I mean, he's making the play for his team, but get some good bullets in, man. Get me some damage. Get me some more kills. You can do it. I know you can.
I hear what you're saying, but I know that if I'm a player and I drop 52 kills for a loss, I go, oh, I should maybe like try to be a little bit more efficient. Like the over-challenging confidence in gunfights isn't going to actually win me games. That being said, losing by 20 feels a little bit better than losing by, 200. So, you know what, Mom? Screw it. I'm with you. Fly, baby, fly. Let's play 8. Everybody is hook on the map. Hit that go button. Run it down.
You may as well hit the go button.
I know.
That's what I mean. You may as well send it, and anything can happen. Red card S&D on the way, though. We know how this one goes down. Ultra a...
Honestly, people weren't really
mode and on the map.
like talking and stuff, so I was just listening to music while it was on.
For them, red card and Husky under control coming up as well. It's got to be the 2-3-5. It has to be the 2-3-5 for Falcons.
Get back a little bit.
When you look at it,
Come on. Get me into a fucking match.
His first kill was a spicy one.
It was indeed. That seems to be the primary criticism. Skills there. The bill's being paid not so much by it. Kleenex, though, has started things off in a very, very spicy way indeed. That's a 4-2 after that drop. Over towards P2 we roll. And again, for Ultra, a reasonably productive, not the most efficient P1. They've got a full setup here over towards Nu, and they're going to contend with at least one wave of kills from the Falcons boys before we get a real taste of how this point's yet to go.
Well, this absolutely, I mean, this is as efficient as it gets. I mean, you break the P1, you end up flipping the spawns, get yourself towards that new time. They didn't actually block the back, but you don't entirely need to. The second the Falcons player spawned over on the right side of the map, Ultra turned around, so you can hold
what about that
direction. Beans is there for 2 in the feed. Joe Deceives on a 4 spree, and I mean, Ultra right now, if you're playing against a team that's 0-21 in hardpoint, you want it to look perfect. And so far, we have seen almost exactly that. Now, maybe a small wrinkle in the play. Number 2, Xnid trying to take the spiral route, flip those spawns, and he ends up getting a kill. So Ultra have to deal with that threat. But even with this happening on the minimap, Ultra is still collecting time.
Indeed.
No, the webcam.
Beans or Fulu in Arabic. As over towards P3 we now go, and surrounded by the Falcons players. So this might be a rotation they win, and a sorely needed one at that. At 60, 70 now and climbing to the 5 of the Falcons. They've got themselves in position.
How's the webcam look, though?
Inside the only man now to contend with. Beans downstairs. Wixel and Xnid get their fair share of the kills.
So do you think flipping it to the other side would be okay? Even though I'm looking like out the fucking side now?
Yeah, and just an easy break at that. Took 10 seconds to make it happen, and this is continuous. So Ultra showing off efficient gameplay. Even the timing, Joe Deceives just caught a player throwing a trophy, and that death forced the Falcons player to...
Even though it looks like I'm looking off screen, it's still okay?
The Falcons have just like, set your controller down and do not play. It will be better than what is actually happening, but we still got to figure out the details, as Ultra seemingly does not. I mean, they have this map down so far to a T.
Absolutely watertight defense here in P3. Joe takes care of Xnid in the backline there. Finds 10 now for Kleenex in a row, and that's what in his life so far. And that is
I think, are you talking about, I can't believe I didn't see it before. Hold on. Are you talking about, like,
in this map, folks? Once again,
right here?
A clean rotation for the Vegas Falcons. Unable
like that?
to get a huge amount of time thus far in the map. Now they've got the money hill chance. It's time to cash in.
And that's not too obtrusive.
It's your second easiest hill in the game to hold when you get a full setup. So any pro team, this needs to be at least 40 seconds of time.
Has to be. Kleenex is find a way in. Here comes the openers. Oh, it's Tobias Julianson with 2. Beans.
How's that? I know it's a little small, but how's that?
They got 10 seconds out of it for the Falcons, and a sensational break from Ultra.
And every opportunity Ultra has to make some sort of a big play,
right,
get control of the map.
That's not too small, right?
So perfectly, so no complaints about the gameplay. And maybe a note on the Falcons is obviously the fundamentals for hardpoint are not there. I think the hardpoint's gonna get worse for them over time. Like, as other teams start to figure things out, like, hey, how do we actually break a P4? Other teams are just gonna be getting better faster. So I think any opportunity Falcons had to win a hardpoint, honestly,
I'm gonna have to just relabel
It does feel that
this
scene. At Black Ops 6.
Oh, it's YouTube. I'm just gonna have to.
We're coming up on Major 2, so we're not that far into it. But the Vegas Falcons falling behind here. Certainly
get rid of Phasmo for now.
Oh, you dirty devil! You were thinking about it.
Out of this scene.
Close to whom the chances were on. Back over to P1, and again, Ultra, a superb first set. I mean, really, doesn't get much better than 177 to 18 right now. Over to Wixel trying to find himself
a
little bit of Overwatch on towards that P1.
I'm gonna make this like my CDL scene now, my YouTube CDL scene.
2 dead, 3 dead. Falcons on the approach.
Clean 4-man wipe. You got 18 seconds. You got the right side spawns. This is the best moment in our Ultra. Talk about
that's what I'm gonna do.
Players roaming together, trying to hunt these guys down. But
I like it.
Semblance of control for Falcons.
Oh, indeed. Xnid gets a ton of intel. Can't get a lot out of it. Oh, can't get anything out of it. An unfortunate slip. Quite literally, though. 3 dead again. So
oh, wait.
Intel passed.
Shit.
The Falcons find their kills, and they
then landed a few losses in the game mode, but
Just started.
Ultra always amongst the best.
I forgot I brought it back to try to get it right.
Let's see how this one goes, folks. A strong line there down the left-hand side of the mini-map there for the Ultra Boys now as we teeter out over towards A on our quest towards the bomb site.
Come on, Ultra.
This is also the ultimate.
Yummy, yummy taco. How you doing, buddy?
Ultra maybe just want to get a sense of what Falcons are going to be bringing to the table, but a slow approach over towards B is going to be the call. Kleenex leading the charge, and Joe
I figured today, instead of doing the music in the morning,
not a full commitment just yet.
we'll do CDL in the morning because I had a late start.
Out every corner.
Yep, all good.
Holy shit.
You thought it was. A little salad on the tags, just enough to keep things a little bit messy, but he does get the boys in. Now you set up on the doorways, each threshold covered. King takes care of inside on the other side of the map, but that's not going to matter too much for now. All guns at the ready, Falcons. They've got nades, they've got trophies. Here we go.
You gotta get this done.
Hey, nice win. Around the bar. So a couple of shots. Wixel stays alive. You're out to send in the last man, but it's Joe deceives. Joe, does he believe in the 1v2? Trying to keep the bomb play alive. Stunned up. They're still on the push for him. Joe on the runabout, but Joe deceased as the Falcons get round one.
Huge. I mean, you love to see it as well. That gunfight against Beans, by the way, not easy. He might have been pre-enabled, but nonetheless, great shred right there from DeHoom, and ultimately a great round from King. I think he got really good timing on Insight, like spots him out. Insight wasn't really there for the gunfight, so he gets called out for the free first blood. But even then, 4v3 retake is still not easy on this site. King and the boys got it done.
The most unbelievably dramatic death there from Joe's player model. You can't believe it. What's that smell? What's that smell? Huh? Someone in the Ultra camp done something?
Oh my god, why is he?
Are we talking about excellence now? It's the smell of a brilliant opening round from the Falcons. There's no way somebody pulled a study. Remember that, champs? You guys remember that clip, don't you? Sorry, Jay. It's just one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life. 2 on the round there for King. Can they keep it going now on the attack towards A?
They're getting pestered up by nades along the way. I think X is lucky to get away with his life because everything is landing on top of him. How about that coordination from Ultra? I don't even know where the players were hitting this from, but in the meantime, Joe Deceives getting active on the flank, Exnid trying to pierce the setup, and hey, delivers another first blood for the Falcons.
Yeah, fantastic, man. Oh, big tags. Joe bleeds, but he does not go down. And King, dude, King is a menace in S&D. The bomb play over towards B as well, so King has brought a lot of the heat from Ultra. He's keeping that B bomb site as cool as possible, quite literally now, as Kleenex has to back on up, and you've got now a war on 2 fronts, and the Falcons have got you pinched in.
I mean, they should be able to hold this no problem. Yeah, Insight's gonna fall as well. King, I mean, he is just like everywhere on the map that you don't expect him to be. King has been floating so far away from his teammates. When he got the man advantage, that means he's the guy that can just go and serve you up the big plays. I mean, King out here just taking him down and, I mean, breaking the rounds down, exiting with the, you know, the day one spot, but making it work in another perfectly played round from the Falcons. The first blood he was able to get as well after dodging every single stun and grenade, or at least barely being able to survive, ends up helping you convert the round. So 2 big ones in a row for the Falcons, and now Ultra, the team that are going to be forced to adjust. They took things really slow on their first attacking round to sort of feel out the pressure, but Falcons didn't really give them too much to work with.
Adjust is one thing, like somebody else get a kill. Forget your adjust. Start letting rip with your weapons, lads. DeHoom takes care of Kleenex. Insight down. Joe, can you find your first? No. You're in trouble now. The dinner bell is rung and Joe is on the menu. Joe still trying to get it going. Exnid dancing and diving. Beams to the back end of the site, long gone. And Joe gets one at the very least. A 1v3 now on, and look at those green arrows. Absolutely slaughter. Ultra again in round 3.
Yeah, evisceration as well. We have seen some ridiculous gunfight wins from DeHoom this year, and he might have just served us up with 2 more. Wixel's here for the final kill, but DeHoom is there for the stamp in the round, the lone defender of the B site. And he just completely locks it down, and then Exnid showing off the Omni movement as well. Puts himself in between Beans and Joe Deceives, and he does enough of a dance to set his teammates up for the kill. And that's a very quick round as well. So again, Vegas Falcons, lethal threat in this game mode.
Without question, 5-0 for King, 2-0 now for Wixel. We could be looking at the RCXD for King at the very least. And we'll find out if if a Hellstorm's on the cards. I mean, we've seen a few. I saw one in 8s last night. I've had a couple in rank recently. It's not super effective, and it's not going to happen in this game either. Here we go, folks. Joe. Oh, he's getting going now. That's going to be his second kill. He's got another player below him. That's the bomb carrier. That's Exnid. And he's making all the noise in the world. This is surely a freebie. Yeah, there we go.
Now the problem is, though, how do you read this minimap? Insight's going to be behind you on just an incredibly slow pinch. You got to be patient to sort of read this, but no one is more patient than Insight.
That's the neat part. Chance you don't read it. Number 1. Oh, and 1 and done. Although it puts Exnid now in the 1v2. Ultra with an opportunity to finally stop the run here. Or will Exnid do something unbelievable? And frankly, folks, he's pretty good for it. A crack of the door. Kleenex might have heard it. But he'll stretch the plant and stay out of that line of sight. Here we go.
If Exnid clutches this, they should be good for the map win.
Oh, unquestionably. Slow approach here from the Ultra boys. Check the corner. What a win! 1v1. Wow!
Damn!
Exnid, what a... He's feeling himself after that. That was a masterful 1v2 though. That was disgusting gunfights. Really, really well played. You can't fault it.
It was the absolute simplest play in the world, and simplicity is a beautiful thing, right? Oh. Nice little corner for the first blood, gets the freebie, just a quick move, slide back, and either he's chowing through the front door or he's chowing right next to you. Either way, you got the Jackal, so that is the perfect play. And Beans doesn't even really miss. Maybe misses a single bullet on that, but with the aim, that's what you can do. So Beans has a donut. Insight just got his first kill. He's 1-4. 1v2 Falcons. Hey, this is officially your map to win.
Yeah, man, red card. If you've called it then and there, if it was just 1v2, they win the map. I mean, Insight's down over to Beans. You're going to read these positions quite quickly. You heard the noise, and I think Exnid might be waiting for that. It's a sensory experience playing against teams in S&D. And right through the middle of the map, they've been spotted out. Wixel now moving in for the pinch, but it's your boy King finds him at least 1 before going down. Vegas Falcons a man up.
Kleenex is able to escape out the ticket. Oh, yeah, I was going to say Exnid actually had the drop on him. Beans is going to catch, so this might be a nice little clutch up round here from Ultra, but they are very split on the map. Kleenex is trying to do it over the B side by himself. He doesn't get timing to go his way, and now he's going to be saying, where's my teammate Beans? Roaming through mid, and they know exactly where he is.
Oh, he's hurt. They've got the advantage in the hit points department as well now. Nice nade, though. A lot of damage into Dahoon, but he manages to get away with his life. Another coverage of Wixel now. 20 seconds to go. The Vegas Falcons are on map point, but look at this. No mercy and very, very little respect. The Falcons, 5-0.
And Insight getting caught for first blood again. No hope in these rounds. They had a nice little clutch, and it gets thrown immediately. Ultra right now looking like food that Falcons are feasting on. They are the mice in the lobby.
Forget squirrels. We've demoted them to mice, and even smaller rodent. But the Falcons again, I mean, there could not be a more clear-cut definition of a team who's not fantastic at respawn mode. They don't have as much experience, but S&D, absolutely the wheelhouse. 5-0 map count, or round count, and 5-0 for King. Wixel with bomb in hand now. Is this the last hurrah for Ultra on red card?
A 6-0 loss here would be embarrassing. Can't let that happen. Nades a miss, but a slow round.
I got myself wrong. It's actually 6-2 there for King. The donuts on the Ultra side of the board have changed. Our round count, though, is not. Inside now, down low by stage. Wixel, we've seen plenty of fights from this position before. He gets caught out, so there we go. Insight finds his second. A couple of red dots now to work with. Beautiful shots, but once again, King at range makes it 3. Joe on the flank gets himself 1. Advantage now, Ultra. Can you find the round?
Well, Falcons now, I was going to say, going to be worried about the flank, but breaking that glass, Exnid should have been able to hear that, so you're slightly less worried about the flank, but you still got to go pick up that bomb. And I say less worried about the flank. Falcons are praying a kill comes their direction. And yeah, Exnid just putting himself in the corner. He finds a freebie, but he is running away from that bomb, and he only has 20 seconds.
Yeah, perfect coverage of the bomb. Man advantage here, don't let it go. Beans, there's a slight smirk on his face, and with good reason. You know, you're worried about the round count, you found one. And this is the makings of the full sale. This is how it starts. Been here plenty of times here in the CDL, folks. Falcons still need one.
Falcons needs one. Ultra needs
push this, but I don't know if they have a choice in the
5
matter necessarily. They've still been getting hunted down in the first blood category. Insight finally gets a small taste of revenge in that round, but even with his first blood, he gets traded out instantly. It was up to his teammates to make the bigger play. They're going to be back on the attack as well. Maybe a hefty A hit. An RC car is going to be rolling through from Exnid, testing his driving skills as well, and that might be enough to slow the Ultra Boys down.
Here we go. Buzz King with a sweet corner there. Pulls out the RC. Well, the RC's gone. He pulls out the Jackal to find a kill. Joe gets involved. 3v3. You slow things down a little bit, Ultra. They're playing this one very, very close indeed. As the Falcons hold. And it's a standoff here by the A-bomb site.
The Falcons have the map cut as well. DeHoom more or less had the mid-wrap on lock. Insight, though, he's found himself in an aggressive angle with the Jackal. We're not used to seeing that, and that is exactly why. Dies instantly.
And he does get the plant. At the very least, he gives his life for the cause. Joe brought down on the cross as well, and it's all over to Beans. And Beans, you get one decent kill out of this, and then they're all over you, surely. Exnid dancing, diving. DeHoom's now going back over towards the bomb. And oh dear, Wixels make the big long route, but it's not gonna matter, folks. The Vegas Falcons will get the defuse, and they tie up our series 1-1.
If this team ever gets a hard point win, Miles, we're gonna be losing our minds, because like their Neslo ability's kind of there. They have like some decent success on vault control. Maybe the problem in this series though is the fact that we're not going to be seeing vault control, so teams are starting to make that adjustment. But if they just control, don't even scrim heart boy, just get good at control in S&D and be the Vegas Falcons Neslos.
That's honestly, just chalk it up. Forget about the hard points. Forget about it. You've already set the record. No one's ever going to take it from you. Run the whole year without winning one, but get damn good at search and control. A chance, you're a genius. You're a genius. 1-1 in the series so far. Shout out King again. Big damage. Crosses the 1K mark there. 8-4 overall. 9-4 for Exnid. His 1v2 scenario again over by the B-bomb site. That was wicked fun, but you absolutely kept Ultra at bay there, and you put them to task on red card. Just over 8 minutes it took for the Falcons to level this one up. We got Hassie under control where, let's face it, brother, it is a wild map. 4 down basically gets you a zone.
Well, and that'll be this sort of theme for Falcons. If they pull off a map win there, we can officially like sound the horn in a sense. So Ultra very much going to need to bounce back. Don't want to let a respawn slip through against this team, and if it ends up in a vault S&D, that is not a coin flip I would ever be wanting to take. So potentially a very fun series we have. Hacienda Control, I think, quite literally will be the decider.
Guys, is this the one? Is this the one?
It might be.
It's going to be the one for sure. Chance, do you know why? Guess who just optimized my PC this week?
Clayster.
Neslo. Boom. Oh. Hire the man. He's available on Twitter at NEL. I can't spell his name. Just kidding, Neslo. All right, let's talk about this game a little bit. 6-1 after 68 points in hard point. Before we get to the game 2, though, let's focus in on one individual round. It's our scuff play of the game, and it belongs to Exnid.
Listen, man, the Search and Destroy, like, even last time they played it, they went to round 11 versus Optic where they ended up losing. Exnid was making some plays on this map. He gets to the top steps, finds Joe Deceives. He's going to take his time.
the Spanish countryside we go. I don't know for certain, but it does look good out there, folks. I'm sure it smells way better than Red Card did for Ultra. But 3-11 so far. They got a lot of time, Chance, a lot of time to think about this game, I feel like, for the Falcons. And this is how controlled to -2. And again, -2, I saw one map against Optic Texas for the Vegas Falcons. Now you go up against Ultra. They're going to be on attack first. Falcons on the 2-2 split. They know the music. It's time to dance.
The attacking rounds on this map are especially where Ultra have had their problems. Beans, the solo man to try to lock down Rock Hall, at least gets one before he falls, but Ultra clearly putting the pressure over towards this B zone. Joe deceives the lone capture for the moment, but his teammates have plat control, and that makes his life that much easier. Kleenex gets caught though. Exit put himself in a cheeky corner, but good work and good teamwork there from the Ultra boys. They clean shot. They're forcing the back spawn as well, and this should be B zone secured, and that is an angle I will be stealing later today.
Wow, yeah, Joe perceives all of the incoming threats and takes care of them alongside his teammates, and now the B zone just up over to B's. Retadors A, we're going to clean up the top side of the map. Oh, but no, Exit is Jackal PDW working fantastically over to Joe once again. Only 2 to his name so far, but trying to maintain that top control. He knows the Falcons are out and about now. They are at large, and they're across the map.
Yeah, now Kleenex gets to run the right side. He gets a little bit overwhelmed, but Beans actually snuck away one of those kills onto Hume before he had to get out of dodge. This is a 5 life advantage for the moment, and as long as Ultra has a player anywhere near top office, you're feeling good long-term about your chances. Hume, though, great job of rooting that player out. Joe Deceives, though, going to be the next player in line, but he gets caught as well. So you've completely clean house, only a 2 life difference. Falcons ultimately in a good spot. Ultra gonna have to work for it.
Whom once again with those very, very clutch 1v1 wins. Ultra now. Oh, they start to hold hands, trying to push forward. A long, difficult line of sight to work with there on that corridor, and they managed to get one end of it safe, so now you get insight out. Oh, and plenty of intel. Jamie Craven, what a life this is so far. Wixel has got a little bit of pressure on him down low now. Joe sent in for the kill, and he gets it. Still a 2 life difference. No one really able to get on towards the A zone because the Falcons hold again.
Yeah, and worthy of mentioning the fact that both Beans and Insight have pulled out a Jackal specifically for this zone, or maybe Insight going back to the aims in the feed, so they're trying to figure things out on the fly, but Joe Deceives has made it to the point, and he wants to Joe Conceives the next 2 ticks. The first one, about to roll through.
Oh, you had me there. I was about to say Conceive as well because he's a daddy, but there you go. A little bit of a different move as he is now gone as well. So 2 dead there straight up. Falcons pushing forward, a little bit of an advantage, but Kleenex is in that top office position. Beans, whoa, through corridor, finds himself a big one. That is the aims, folks, and he puts it to work. Exnid now on a flank, and he's guessed right, and he's still absolutely in the running for a possible 2 here. Can he get them both? Joe's tagged up, but Joe believes in not dying.
Yeah, well, he's going to go in for the kill, but he gets flanked in the meantime. So King, that is great teamwork there from the Falcons, able to cover his teammate. So you at least get one guy behind enemy lines. Meanwhile, Dahum just waiting for kills to fall into his lap. So heads up on that front. Keep in mind a 9v7. So Ultra have stopped the clock, but both teams need to be careful about the lives.
Oh, here we go. What a gunfight. Exit 10 and 5. 20 seconds to go on their defensive round. There's only a single segment. Oh no! Now there is a single segment remaining at A as they do get that one closed out. Good news there for the run towards defense. Wixel on the defense. Oh, Tobias Yul Jonsson fighting his way forward. Last lives now for the Falcon. 6 to go for Ultra, and not enough time. You've got to get this cap done.
You're gonna have to fly out of the point, but if you're Ultra, you just cover them. That's it. You just be the watch over. Kleenex gets traded. You have to trade him out though. Next 2 players fall, but 5 seconds remaining. Go towards the point. Joe Deceives get nearby. 1v2 on the zone, and Exnid drops him. And Exnid out here having a monstrous round number 1. I think he's gonna finish off the round with maybe 12 kills. Nearly half the lives Ultra had, he took away from him.
That was something. Coming down to what, a 2v1 on the A zone. Oh, an exciting run there. The Falcons certainly put Ultra through their paces here on Hacienda. Again, we're seeing it all, mate. The final looks at wonderful Skycam work here to give you the absolute perspective of this 1v2. Joe in trouble. He's going to hit that left route. Dahum with the pressure, though. He got so much damage in, and Exnid at the absolute anchor of the play here. He's not going to let anything go through. Final push towards the end, gets that kill. And that's effective trading from the Falcons when they needed it more than ever.
Yeah, that was lucky 13 from Exnit as well. So that is the finest round you could possibly have in a round of control. And credit to him as well. I was surprised the Ultra Boys weren't able to watch over Fireplace when Kleenex was on the time, but just overwhelming in that moment. Doesn't quite get the stick, but does get the kill. And that's a 5 spree. So even in this round, he just opens up with 3. Exnit isn't slowing down at all.
Not at all. Oh my goodness. I mean, Inside just got turned to dust. Joe can barely get himself out of spawn straight into the fight, and Exnit once again, he's holding this aggressively. Beans and Insight find their kills on the other side of the map, but that's going to be gone. Big stun check. Doesn't matter. Kleenex is gone. Exnit still gunning. Huge damage in, but Joe says nay. Fights his way forward into King, who finds another. What a hold from the Falcons. They're bleeding ultra dry here.
Yeah, somehow, though, they only have a single tick on B. So that is a monstrous opening moment, and you still don't actually have a ton, and you're still having to fight for the B zone. Good news is they should be able to secure it. Joe Deceive does not have support or backup, and he might not need it. He's going to do it all. So Falcons, as good as that was, you have a player with 20 kills, and his 3 teammates combined have 22.
Hey, what it's all about, man. We want to get Exnit back to that sort of charge into battle. Like
Well, look at this situation now, though. 20 seconds on the clock. You're going to have to more than likely go towards A, just because Joe Deceive is pushed out toward the well. I mean, this is a round that's an example of efficient kills and getting where you want, because in spite of the fact that Exnit did give you seemingly everything off the break, you end up getting daggered on the round unless Whom can make it towards the B's home. But Whom did not even try to go for it. Literally stops on the minimap, turns around to look for a kill and go for the trade, so doesn't even make it towards the zone. And that is an example of the 12th overall team in control of how you don't want to play behind the kills.
Yeah, it's an objectively minded approach. Ultra, where they find their kills, is incredibly important. We saw Kleenex at the end there, catch a couple out towards the end. This was a slow-mo highlight of some of Exnit's run, 21 and 11. We have another look at this live on our replay. And Exnit again, an explosive run through, getting the first few kills there for the Falcons. And this was quite the life chance. I mean, this is great, but you're not wrong. I mean, there's pressure on the backside of the zone there, and it's still a single man on the capture. So, again, an impressive display of skill and impressive timing on the attacks there of the players on spawn, but inefficient use of that time in the life of by B.
Yeah, I mean, especially for the fact that, like, admittedly in the first push in the hallway when he got the 3 kills, 2 of his teammates had died, so they're coming off spawn, but they still had the map pressure and just not able to convert. That just means they're going to have to work so much harder for the rounds. And on the tick front, Ultra do have a pretty sizable advantage in this moment. I know from Ultra, it was just a mixy moment towards the end where they ended up taking the L. They're trying to clean things up a little bit. And they didn't have to get 5 kills off the rip for one player. They already had 2 ticks of the B zone secured. So a little bit of a different style here in control.
Yeah, it's 2 players on the zone there. They take a couple of gunfights when they need to. Nice trades here from Insight, maintaining this presence right now. So you've got to keep pulling those members of the Falcons forward. You've got one of them heading in and spawn, and again, this is that chaotic lineup right now. You'd expect that from the Vegas Falcons, keeping Toronto guessing. But right now, a single avenue they have to work with, and they're going to take it. If they can get towards B, a single segment remains, and with 4 players in proximity to it, they'll cap it fast. Good stuff out of King. Pulls down at least 1.
Oh, nice nade from Beans as well. And by the way, the reason you're able to save 4 players nearby for B, they make fun of Insight for playing slow, but his ability to stay alive and get his teammates back into position is what should deliver them this B zone. Wixel doesn't win the gunfight. Jackal gets it done. And because Insight stays alive over towards you, he maintains that space and pressure for the squad. So Insight, again, say what you want about his gameplay, but he does have one of the better arrows on the minimap.
That's good there.
That's a very, very strong narrative, folks, that we are pushing, and with damn good reason. Lovely shots there from Benjamin Beans as he gets himself in on towards the A side of the map. And again, that zone is a hot one indeed, folks. A lot of control needed. And speaking of control, you have guaranteed defense in round 5 for Ultra.
Back with the Jackal as well. So just a fun look, brand new haircut, made brand new insight, I suppose. But the SMG is down low. They're looking for the pressure over towards Fireplace, and that is a nice snap from Joe. Maybe sets his teammates up. 2 bodies on the point. Kleenex Beans picking up the kills. Insight found his home to the objective. Everybody else off spawn. And I missed it on the mini-map, but somehow when there's 2 players stacking over towards A, there's an Ultra player getting a kill out of Rock. So whatever was happening on the mini-map there, Ultra happy for it. Now their sizable advantage they already have in this map nearly going to be secured as the defense is for the final round, should we get there.
And this is the nade on the King. Yeah, it lands. I mean, talk about a perfect nade. Not only for the kill there, but Xnid is so heavily damaged approaching the attack there on towards that zone. So B, well handled there by Toronto Ultra on the attack. Joe sets his boys up for a couple of good ones, and they managed to effectively capture the zone. Falcons, you got to do a lot of work here, lads. You're not going to have defense for the final round, but you've absolutely got to win 2 attacking rounds. Here we go.
Yeah, and Xnid.
Oh, Toronto needs
like
this.
Phenomenal stat line, but you're going to need another big round to make things happen. Here's the highlight reel sort of situation over towards the hallway, and he makes that place his zone. Insight gets the drop, but all of his teammates fall as well. You got a triple stack rolling through, so this is the teamwork you're wanting to see from Falcons.
Hey man, just stack the point. It's something we've screamed about for quite some time. King, can he get any out of this life? He's very damaged there. Beans just have to come in there and cough on him. Kleenex the same thing there for whom Wixel gets there a little bit too late, and he's unable to win the fight. Again, too many Ultra players to deal with. They're going to drain that second segment of progress at B, and on the approach now through Rock. Looks like Joe deceives. Oh, he's got a corner, and he's going to get a couple more.
And Kleenex on the prowl. That is phenomenal trigger discipline. Little small things like that can go a long way, but cleans up the one big kill, and you're keeping pace. Wixel is able to slip the net, so 2 players going to go get sent to deal with him, and Kleenex gets the tags in, leaves it for his teammate. Insight's going to call out, hey, it's the entire team. Toby, please help me.
Yep, Toby, go. Here comes Joe. Oh, he manages to somehow find a kill there on the back end with a stun. Have a Kleenex, Toby, please help me. Here he comes. Same day delivery on 1. Can he make it 2? Final 30 on the round as Ultra have done an outstanding job keeping everyone pinned in. Here comes Joe, another to his name. Insight still at the door. Guess 1, 2. Wow. That is that, folks. Beans now to spawn. Ultra absolutely running it here on Hacienda.
Yeah, and that is hesitation in a game mode where when you're coming off spawn, you just don't have a lot of time. All those players out towards Rock, they just get finessed by Ultra, and they really just stop forcing the issue. It took them so long to even slide through that door. Didn't know what to do. Ultra able to play with them. And congratulations, you might have lost the map number 2, but if you win the control, you'll be good for the series because you're going to be playing hardpoint next. But nice little bounce back. You get a Hacienda win as well for the control game mode. So Ultra, they've seen the ball go through the net and an opportunity to practice their teamwork just a little bit more. A mishap in round number 1, but nearly flawless after the fact. As soon as Xnid did not get 13 kills in a single round, Ultra were just fine.
Absolutely fine. And that's what it sounds like, folks. Absolutely fine indeed. Beans having himself a nice map there in the damage department, north of 3k, 23 and 17 in the end. 17 of those non-traded. Plenty of assists there for the Ultra Boys as well, clearly communicating very, very effectively. Good stuff there. As another respawn, our second of the series now comes to a close, and again, it is the Toronto Ultra Boys. Our Canadian comrades finding a big dub there. We go to another hardpoint, another chance, and again, not a good look for the Falcons. This could be the last run they have in this series, or is it the first win? History about to be made, folks, here in the CDL.
Either history made or history continued, but either way, the record books are going to be taking notice. A couple nice runs, though, from Kleenex. Had some big wins, and, I mean, Kleenex continues to provide just elite-level SMG gameplay across the board in all modes. Always a fun player to watch, and again, Ultra, I'd be interested to hear what exactly happened in their minds on the red card, but where they got caught in that game mode. We saw Joe's team doing the thing, making sure he hit the reset button, going to map number 3, and him and the boys delivered. And that is a nice pistol shot there from Beans. Maybe one of the finest in the league.
One of. I mean, there's a couple of contenders there, but Beans very, very happy with that one. I think it was 2 headshots, which really, really hurt King on the fight there. But yeah, Beans towards the end here as well. Massive pressure in the lobby of the Vegas Falcons. This is a terrible place to be. If you haven't a call out, the boys are in there. They've got many ways in, many ways out, and it just puts you under a tremendous amount of hot bother. As we go now into another hard point, Falcons degree of dejection as they now go into Skyline. And again, mate, we've seen this team run up some mean scores on Skyline. They have been unable to close out, and again, it's always in the second set where the Falcons are unable to reset themselves and maintain any sort of pressure. Will that be the case here? Ultra, first hard point in protocol, a very different one, a 250 to 68, an absolute blowout. Who knows what comes next?
And, you know, possibly I will be eating my words in the next 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the length of the map. But I think the same theme for Hardpoint for Falcons that we touched on the protocol has also existed for Skyline. Like at the start of the year, they had a handful of close maps, those 10, 15-point games, and everybody's going, oh my God, Skyline, what a mixy map. Well, as the pro teams have developed it, a lot of teams have gotten a lot better at slowing the game down and actually executing on a bunch of different hills or executing on these moments of rotation. And over the course of time, Falcons, I think, have been receiving bigger and bigger losses on this map. So I think on Skyline, they're averaging a loss by about 80 points. So 12th in the league in that category. So 0-9 on the map, but also the worst point differential when they're taking these losses. And Ultra, I mean, 5-1 record on Skyline. They've only gotten better.
Yeah, absolutely. If the desk can hear me, I'm sure Puckett and Ant can. We do have to ask Joe if we do get him for the interview at the end, or at least one of the teammates, what that smell was, folks, because I do need to know. Major 2, this is how things have gone for Ultra. Couple of L's, couple of dubs. Falcons right now, I mean, they're sitting pretty. They play Optic and Surge, so a very, very different look going into the next few. Again, a top-tier team and a bottom-tier team as they've got to figure things out in the road towards LAN. Once again, Ultra, a squad that everyone expects to do fantastically well, and occasionally don't quite deliver. Plenty of time to still turn that all around.
You really are the Cronkite of the CDL, though. You know,
Thanks,
I want the hard-hitting questions. Miles always have.
I do.
Always will.
I do. I need to know. I need to know. Here we go. Fist bumps have been received. And we go to Skyline, and we are going to be running plenty of submachine guns, folks, so far. Not a single lick from the Falcons, 0-9, and a big difference there in the score lines. But hey, the Ultra chance at 5-1. Their holds at first and their breaks at third. This is a fantastic map for them.
Yeah, I can't even really conceptualize where the victory could or will be for the Falcons or what their path is going to be. Kleenex had a phenomenal map number 1, and Kleenex also is amongst the very best players on Skyline as well. So definitely a force on the map, someone to be feared. And I mean, I think last time I mentioned this for Kleenex on this map, he had like an average performance. It was just leads that popped off. So Ultra on Skyline, they certainly have options.
Explosive opener on the way towards the Jacuzzi. King's going to get a couple here. On board with Wixel now, doing his very best to stay alive with his insight. Oh dear, 3 down. Last man, Wixel. A pop
Gravity, Beans' biggest enemy.
Just gets him for his second. Ultra with a hill.
That was clinical. Inside, by the way, super nice start. Ends up getting traded off for that kill on King, but where his teammates lost the fight around the zone, Inside ended up picking up 3 kills just to keep the map under control. So good work back and forth, and that is a full send if I have ever seen one, to make sure you get the break on the time. All things considered, super solid P1 performance there for the Falcons. Gonna have about a 10-point lead going into new. Unfortunately for them, Ultra, we already saw it, number 1 in holds on this map, and it's because guys like Insight really do anchor these back spawns.
I mean, he is on the edge of it right now. There's no way. Insight, he's got a lot of damage into these players. He's bought his boys the time, but he can't do any more with that life. Beans now on the back stairs. Perfect corner to be in. You gonna check it? Yeah, you are. Excellent, wins a big one. That's the break. Falcons are in.
I mean, yeah, I was the number 1 team on holds. That did not last very long. Unfortunately, Joe Deceives got behind them instantly.
Yep.
So, well, they're number 7 in holds, I think, for Falcons, and 12th on breaks. The one time they get the break, it lasted 5 seconds. So I don't even know if technically that counts as break for the Falcons, because it didn't even last for long enough. So how fast the map can be turned on its head. Joe Deceives delivers.
Yeah, Joe Cleaves too. Lead change now. Ultra starting to walk away with this one. Over towards P3 we go. And again, Falcons in position. Falcons with arrows all over that point. Most bases covered. We'll find out how this one goes because Ultra have been superb on the approach. Wow. One down, one more in the other side. Over the Clinics now trying to find the trades. 3 dead, last man gone. That is a perfect 4-man wipe Ultra.
Yeah, Insight legit didn't see him like sort of supine behind the table though, so I'm stealing that one. I'm stealing from Insight angling out on Hacienda as well, so I got things to try out tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be a delightful time if you're in Crimson right now. Ashworth in all the nerdy spots. 7-5 at Kleenex, we've talked about his inconsistency in game, and so far he's having himself a good one. Not an easy thing to do in the respawns against the Falcons because things can get very, very mixy. Nice work on the hold here. Once again, they're keeping this kitchen hot right now. 3 players still alive and kicking, rotating towards New as well. Joe's in and somehow wins that one against Wixel, and arguably going for the second. Over the top he goes. That's Joe.
And I mean, Xnid just had to have heard the comm. Joe Deceives is right next to you. He's one shot, one shot, one shot. Please trade him. And Xnid lays down and Joe Deceives fries him. So a moment where Falcons could have flipped the map, gotten the spawns, and just not knowing when to hit the go button. Unfortunate little sequence there. We'll see if Ultra can deliver again. #1 hold team. They got the spawns for the moment, but Falcons have a lot of pressure.
Yeah, Joe now trying to hold on. Right now he's not having to worry too much about things. Aye, there we go. Dahoom gets involved. Nice pinch now. Last man alive on the point is going to be Beans as Joe bereaves, unable to do anything about his teammates there on the point. Right back into life we go, though. Couple more kills from Insight and Kleenex right off the spawn. Toronto have done a fantastic job of stabilizing. Oh, and now course correcting. 2 for Joe. Hard point Ultra.
I bow down. Joe bereaves is next level. That's it. All good. GG. Go next.
His boys were out, mate. They were done. 15 seconds to go here on Bathroom, and it's squeaky clean from Ultra. The Beans in the shower. No sodium on that, no starch, no nothing. Ultra, we want to go now for a quick listen in and see how they sound.
Almost like, yo, he's low. Low rugs now, yep. What's one time? Nice. I have all kitchen. I have all kitchen. Not weak, my bad. I give up. I have a cross. Top piano. The piano. I love it. Middle bridge. Might flip. Yo, bridge. And this one, spawn girl. Low crash on you. Two bridge then, two bridge.
Two up, two up.
Give me a sec. Chow top of me. He's lane top bridge, okay? Lane close left bridge. Close left bridge. Nice, good shit. I'm running it time. One time. Watch out for kitchen.
Behind us. There's one behind us, boys. I will let top.
I already went kitchen. I have kitchen covered. I'll look under. Didn't see anything. They're gonna go top on you.
That's top, absolutely. Two top.
Let's give up under.
Two top.
Yeah, you're good. Give me time. Weak, it's 2. I've been jumping. One more top. He has an AR. Wow. I ran back. I think we're gonna P2. I think we're gonna pitch bridge, right? I'm going top out.
They can only go piano.
Fuck.
That's nice.
Nice shit.
Fucking eye.
Time me. A little bit weak. Yeah, couch corner. Actually, be towers maybe then.
Tiles weak. Two.
Other guy's weak.
I'm absolutely bro. Tree back top. Hold him back, okay?
Nothing back top, boys. We couches. I want 2 tiles. One back. Just stay there, bro. I see it. Big window. Still there. Nice shit. Two bridge.
I will get
Blood down. I have under. I see a bridge runner. He's stunned left, Jimmy.
I'm playing
13. Am I top bridge? Yeah.
Go up. Close to me.
Okay, let's go.
Close.
They could spawn out. They could spawn next to you. What's in the closet?
Yeah, this one with you.
Chances classic vintage comms out of the Ultra Boys, but it's vintage gameplay out of Kleenex. Man, those wins are insane.
I think, the wins are ridiculous. I certainly can't do it, but I think I'm even more impressed by like his spawn knowledge and awareness. There were some in my mind, wild spawns that came through the Falcons on P2, and Kleenex is just there, dialed in, reading it the entire way. So, I mean, emphatic work on the skill front, but the knowledge is there as well. I think Beans is maybe looking for some cutoff kills to get his boys the pressure, and it ends up working out beautifully. Kleenex delivers 2 in the feed. Joe Deceives wipes off the last Falcons player, and another break is in. Falcons, though, didn't get a 100-point club. So
well,
there's
they
that.
do. They do find that. I mean, final 20
They'll get
seconds.
1 second on P4 at least. That'd be fine.
Yeah, they're holding on to P4 very, very admirably so far, but the problem, Beans. Wixel, great shots there at range. Beans brought the wrong gun in the fight now, and Kleenex has managed to slip round through. That is a fantastic turn from King, though, keeping him out the point. Again, a dangerous scoreline right now for the Ultra Boys. They've got themselves right in position here for the win. Joe can't get in and out there on the attack. And a bit of insight trying to get involved, and we are way over 100 points now for the Vegas Falcons, and good hold so far.
And exited with a big 2 as well, shutting down Grass. His teammates just have to look forward. Unfortunately, you're looking at Kleenex in that moment, so it's still a scary sight no matter what you're dealing with. And Ultra have at least forced a little bit of a spawn out, so trying to collect a little bit of this time. They certainly have the pressure. Kills getting traded, but Wixel and Exit and King delivering the Falcons boys on point on P4. Nice little battle they've been having.
Very nice 3-4, and you're not going to get a bit of the point. You might get the butt of the point, and that is going to be the scrap time as Joe Deceives picks up another crazy kill. King over the time, though. He's fighting on the inside. Can he get another point? No. 3 dead again. Ultra pushed out, and so's Dahum. Right now into the fray, and he gets killed by Beans. What a shot.
Yeah, and getting that entry kill means you've just locked down the power positions for this rotation. So Beans in a comfortable spot. Joe Deceives made it to his home up top white, but all of his teammates actually fall. He doesn't have to be worried about Falcons getting too much time here in this moment, but Ultra still going to have to work a little bit harder, try to collect this P1 time and close this game out.
Yeah, it's a fine time as well. Joe's only going to get 1 out of that life, traded out instantly. Falcons again with a little bit of P1 presence. This has been a lovely chain, 3-4, back over to 1. They've done a good job, man. This is good ass time, in the words of TJ Haley. 35 to go here on P1. Ultra starting to get things going a little bit. Very, very concerned about the P2 rotation as well.
Well, they're going to give at least one last hit. 3 players coming in from the hallway to get him away from this time. Good reads, good isolation on the player on the hill. And when all the trades roll through, last man standing was Dahum for the squad, and Beans ends up flipping him. So if there's any way to hand the game towards the Falcons, it would be a moment like that.
Holy frijoles. That's not ideal. Final 5 go to Ultra. Vegas Falcons, a gift from the COD gods given to them. Now they've got the setup. Now they've got themselves in position. Can they survive the opening wave of kills? Beans now trying to make amends, and he gets involved. So does Joe up the zip. Okay. Nobody watches it. It's a perfect break. It's 3 now as Joe Deceives. Joe finds 2. There's Kleenex for the time, and that will be the series.
Yeah, no worries. Be happy. You can flip the spawns. You're cooling it. It's just an opportunity for Kleenex to get more kills.
Absolutely, and he will do just that. That is it, folks. 3-1. The final scoreline. As Toronto Ultra dominate the respawns, get absolutely destroyed in the S&D. They keep things together there in control. Vegas Falcons, another tough loss there in the hard point. Admittedly, though, not the scoreline we were expecting, so a little bit stronger this time round, as again, it's very, very tough, this climb. No one has dug themselves deeper than the Falcons have into a hard point deficit. But when they come out, what a glorious day it will be.
When they, if and when they get that first 2-3-5, it's going to be a spectacle. Or if they win a map 1 heart, do you like the fear that will be in the hearts of the opposition if you lose a map 1 of the Falcons? Like the nerves are going to be instant. That's like champs grand finals level of nerves. It is complete hypothetical.
Well, it in this total hypothetical, we're dreaming here, but yeah, the first team to lose that hard point to the Falcons, the first team to lose that series to the Falcons, a truly historic moment indeed. Because yeah, man, you join the league at the in a seriously high skilled moment for the COD world, for the competitive COD world, especially since the CDL's been around. You come in and you are going up against the best of the best that there have been. This is not an easy thing to do. So kudos to him. 165 again on Skyline. Not an easy thing. We've seen bigger blowouts here against tougher opponents. Good stuff. Good stuff from Ultra, though. You really have to go back to that red card, though, and do some soul searching, lads, because they beat the brakes off them.
That is a learning experience, to be sure. And a wonderful P4 hold. You saw the first go around. Nice little full 60 getting thrown in the mix on Skyline. Anytime you can burn Money Hill, you're going to be happy. But I know who's even happier, Miles. It's the desk. Perfect predictions they had. How did you guys see this one coming?
2 in a row, and we're pretty good when Allie's not here.
Listen, I'm locked in, bro. I told you, I'm not trolling anymore. I'm picking the teams with my brain, not my heart.
3 of the 4 hidden heroes. Now he's got back-to-back correct picks.
What a hard one to pick, too, that last one.
The easy favorite here, as Falcons are still looking for their first match win. They did look good in the search and destroy, but after that, we saw a close control that was taken over by Toronto in round 3 and 4, and then, of course, this hard point. At one point, 219 to 100. It was dominance out of Ultra, a little bit of life from the Falcons at the end, but this is Skyline. This is a clean win for Toronto.
Yeah, Vegas have tried to go to this map over and over again, just hasn't worked. It's been real tough for them. You heard Chance setting it up at the very end, like they had a huge opportunity over at that P2, and I feel like it's this hill every time for them, man. They play so tight, and they get picked. You see it in the highlights here. It's like, dude, we got to push out and get that first kill, and then get ready as a team to like trade out from there and retain the spawn. That concept has not been grasped by them, and Toronto Ultra just exposing it a bit on this map. But for the side of Vegas, like, excellent, man. Been a standout player, dude. Had a really good series throughout this one. Game 2 in the search, he popped off, huge ace, and then he had a great control, especially early on in that very first round. Got to show him some love because he's really been developing as the season has went.
Our Minor 2 bracket featured Toronto getting knocked out by Vancouver. They finished top 4. Today, they gather another 10 points with a win over the Falcons. It's now time to talk about it with the one and only Beans. Beans, how'd the match feel for you tonight?
It was a pretty okay match. I mean, pretty quick for everyone at home and for us. Obviously, the S&D was a little bit one of them is what it is, but yeah, pretty clean.
We saw you guys 3-0 Optic Texas back in the minor, and then you ran into Vancouver Surge. How was that tournament for you guys prepping leading up to Major 2?
I mean, we just trying to replicate our scrims to our matches. I mean, our hard point in scrims is really, really good.
Okay.
Doesn't always translate into matches that well, so we're just trying to do that as much as we can, and then obviously get our control down. Our control's probably been our worst game mode so far this year, which is weird because I'm normally unreal at control. Toronto in the past have been great at control, so I think we will find it, and once we do, we'll be in a really good spot.
Beans, I want to ask you, coming into the last couple tournaments, I mean, going into the major, you guys had a high seed. I mean, going into the minor, get reverse swept, and then in the last minor, obviously, you lose to Surge 3-0. But outside of that, you guys have been so excellent in some of these online stage matches. What's happening in the tournament atmosphere for you guys, and in you in particular, what's going on in these matches where you guys are just folding?
I don't know, it's just situational, I'd probably say. I mean, the game plan we have is always correct, and I think we follow it for the most part, but it just comes down to the really key moments, like the Carolina at the event was in our hands and we threw it, and then even the LAT games we've played, it's really close and we're just throwing the matches. So I think it just comes down to closing maps and closing situations, but we'll get there, I think.
And I wanted to follow up with that. How have you adjusted your mentality and approach towards improving a team in Call of Duty now, sitting alongside some players who have been at the highest peak?
Just learning, to be honest. Just listen to the guys, and obviously these guys have won. They win every year almost, so I got to show up for them. And yeah, obviously they're veterans, and it's good to be around them.
Love it.
Beans, final question. Who wins this next one? Cloud9 New York or LAG Mates?
I'm going to go to C9. I think they found their flow a little bit. The AR duos found their flow, and I think they'll take that one.
Okay.
I like that insight on
That's my prediction
AR
now.
play. Beans, thanks for joining us live.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
That's Toronto Ultra, 10 more points, and that is 10 that they needed. I was just looking at our preview of what the bracket could be at Major 2. Toronto was an 8th seed entering this matchup. That would put you up against LA Thieves or Atlanta FaZe in your opening round of the winners bracket. So Toronto's like, yo, we got to get up at least number 5.
Yeah, let's try to get a top 4 seed if you're Toronto Ultra. Still within their sights, got to improve. But like Bean said, the respawn has to get better.
We're going to break. When we come back, we've got more Call of Duty. French fans, it's time to get loud. You are running out of time to score points towards champ.
Yeah. Fuck, you get 3 hours, bro. It's 5:30. That'd be 8:30. Let me message her to find out.
2 qualifiers, some more practice.
Team, you know, they're shouting out to accuracy, focused on the hard point, getting attached on the hard point more. The search has been improving. Like, there's been a lot of solid stuff from Cloud9. Like, are you a believer yet? They're right in the fray after you like take out the top 3 teams.
I mean, they're in there. Yeah, I mean, compared to where they were.
Yeah,
no doubt about it. Like, I trust this team, but you can see here they're dominating teams. And then you look at that Surge loss, and maybe at the moment we're like, I'm not really sure still Cloud9, but now you're like, that's a good loss, right? But yeah, I mean, you beat a good Ultra, you beat a Breach, who is probably one of the teams that's maybe slipping right now. But what has happened? You've had Surge going this way, you've had Cloud9 going this way, so it's been fun to watch.
And I think that Royal Ravens won tomorrow will give us some more information about this Cloud9 team. The one against FaZe definitely will, to see where they're actually at. Excited to get this one going. I mean, it could be the beginning of a run here for Gorillas, late and, well, midway through Qualifier 2, where they can turn nothing into something. For Cloud9, yeah, I mean, your only losses have been Vancouver, and you lost to Thieves at the minor. Like, those look great. Those are 2 top 3 teams right now. So you are feeling good, sitting pretty. You're getting to some of your bread and butter haciendas. We'll take a look at Hardpoint, where you're sitting for the last 10.
Well, and this is kind of the thing too with Cloud9. It's like, it's not just that like their hardpoint's gotten better. Like, they're 6-4. Honestly, it's their entire game. Their search has gotten much better. They're winning controls. So it's yeah, it's just that. It's like they've whatever changes they made in between a Major 1 and now, they are improved tenfold.
Yeah, and like we don't really get to hear the coaches' interactions with teams or how much work they put in or exactly what that is, but I think we always thought like accuracy being a coach. He just seemed like that just made sense. So good to hear the guys shout him out, and good to see what seemed to be some fantastic improvements for this Cloud9 team. And this is one where you thought Cloud9 had the ability to dominate. We'll see if they're going to be able to do that here.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at sort of the map vetoes, you're like 2 haciendas for this Cloud9 team. Like, maybe they're 2 best maps when you talk about those game modes. So very comfortable map here. But LAG, you've been scrimming. You're going off of scrim data. What has been going well? And while Priest had a great start here at 3-0. Again, for the LAG side, it's just a question of, was this past week a better week of practice? How much have we improved with this lineup?
Yeah, I mean, that you were talking so much about buying your team a week with the minor, buying some extra time is, well, Mac buys a triple and shuts them down, but like that's especially important to teams that are making some changes, trying to find some rhythm to their gameplay with somebody new in the lineup. We'll see if it paid off, because a week maybe for like an established team isn't like a long time to improve. I think a week when you've made a change is an eternity compared.
Yeah, oh, no doubt about it. Your practice is, you're a lot more focused. Just simple things, how you like to play situations. But yeah, as a new squad, every single day you're getting better.
Well, that's what we're hoping for them, at least. So we've been waiting for this team to turn it around, like we were for a lot of teams. Cloud9 being one of them. Cloud9 has seemingly done it, though. His attach is snapping, looking at making the play out towards deep fences here, and he's able to slide through and get a second one there. He's cheesing. Sib will pick up the third, and while this turns into a nice break and a ton of time here for Cloud9 New York. You gotta love this out of the P2. Centering on point from Sib. It's clean headshots out of him. He knows he's got Kismet just waiting, like, good luck, go ahead and pop, and they're able to take him down.
Yeah, that's just a great little team shot. Just his, I mean, he's got a little advantage right there.
Which one?
Pop-up, but, you know, Kremp's like, hey, Sib, shoot this guy with me easy. Pick on the Kismet. Now they're going to try to get pushed on forward, get in positions to break this P3 setup here from LAG. But a nice job there at that P2 Cloud9, that Money Hill really cashing in.
Yeah, good break and cash again, exactly. As you said, can they break and cash again? Okay, sure can. One player remaining. Can you come up with anything if you're the lone guy? You're not going to, or are you? Still, Linz is there. Finally,
he would just shoot this guy.
Yeah, no, I was actually wondering, like, I was wondering how he hadn't dropped yet. Finally, he is going to drop, though. That's a clean
trophies
break.
Down there, like, yeah, someone's got it.
But with a quick break at P2 and now a quick break at P3, you got a chance to ramp up a really, really significant lead here early on. Sib continues to shoot. His turnaround.
Which one? He's got 2.
Beauty. His confidence is there, and my guy's frying.
Yeah, I mean, he's on 7-0. Attach is still alive as well. These 2 ARs haven't died in over 2 minutes. Finally, Attach going to get traded out. 10 seconds left here, but
Ames.
First player here going to be Sib, up to 8 in a row. He knows where the spawns are coming in. On the way is Kremp.
That's the Ames.
And well, this is what Hacienda is, a more traditional
Ames 85, I think it's called.
Map.
I don't know the number.
You get punished if you don't rotate early. If you get broke early, you get punished, and that's what is happening right now to LAG.
AR. I blacked out. I thought we were watching the Falcons map.
That one right there, that's an AR.
This is a blowout. Up 100 is Cloud9. 8 spree for Sib. get it to 9, looking for double digits, not going to happen as he'll finally get cut down, and you need this. As bad as you need anything right now if you are LAG.
How about a missile?
Unfortunately, yes. You gave up a streak. You're at the open hard point at Rock, and well, it pops a triple. Unfortunately, 2 are going to be teammates. And Crip and Mac, the final missile, not able to take out anything. Attaching the lone guy to position to do something. Tries to, but not going to lead to anything. You're still going to be down big with this time if you're LAG, but...
Yeah, I guess it could have been worse.
Yeah, 100%.
You take the small wins in life.
When you're a team that's struggling like this, yeah, whatever silver linings you can find, you're going to go ahead and take. Lens with a little multi-kill there as attachment, losing a little aim assist or losing his tracking. Now, back to P1. And for LAG, it's as simple as, I mean, just some of these early setups you got to hold. You got to at least deal with the first push.
Yeah, P2 and P3 just had to be better there. And yeah, just not able to hold that first push. Which is too easy for Cloud9. There is a player right behind him. Just hold the door, wait for that.
Don't mind me.
Yeah, I'm just
backing that thing up against you. That looks so funny.
Hopefully that's a pencil in your pocket.
Oh, God. Cloud9 continue to try and work this lead up. I thought attached shots looked good, but not good enough as Priesta shuts him down. We got 20 or so seconds left. Earlier on the rotation should be LAG for now, but you got 2 taking an outer route right now for Cloud9 New York. LAG, they need time and they need it desperately. Let's go to listen to the Gorillas.
Let's go. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Get it back. Get running out Ivy. Yeah, get it back. I got you. I'm here with you. I'm holding your dick.
All right, buddy.
He's needed in lobby. He's lobby. I blocked well. I'm seeing Spire. There's running fire on you then. I'm seeing secret yet. Nothing on Priesta. Heard you. Get me home mid. Wall's open. I'm holding Zig. Heard you. I'm holding my front. 3 front. Nothing but you mid. No one left yet. Yeah, Zig, one shot. Dead. One shot front left. He's one shot. Give me. Last guy, give me. You don't have Lemma. That's right. Roll. I saw him. I heard you. Okay, heard you. Yo, I'm ready. Watch out. Wait, heard you. Push him front. You're gonna Zig. Good. Nice. I'm one HP. Gotcha. Guarantee that shit. I'm waiting for you. I'm sitting up. Let's go through middle here. Yo, Rock with us. Ready? Don't open. Ready? Yes, can go open. Open. Dead. We're not going around. Still one shot, close window. Yeah, he ran away pod. I don't see him play. I spawn secret. There's one's out front. I'm hitting pod. I'm just got front with you. Go. I don't see him stone. He's been one shot off. Ivy really. I'm looking at Ivy. Nice. I'm missing one. I'm on top of it. Nothing. Ivy, one shot. One bullet. Ivy, that's nice. I'm going cam. Already flat. I'll kill him flat. One shot. I'm grabbing shot. Lay down. Finish. One shot. He's gonna push out on a fence. I'm coming up open. I'm wrapping out. I'll play for him. Open one bullet, Lunars. He's there, open window, one bullet. I'm trying, ready, shot. Open, one bullet. He might be down, I don't see him. They're blocking well, Open one HP. There's 2 of them. One to the corner. Our side. One shot, they're both front time. Yo, front time when you Priesta. Front time, look on. He's both side time. Look on. Come in. I sent your comment. Listen, Lunars and Kiss. Heady them. Two front time. I'm front push. I'm staying in the corner. What do you do?
Well, that's the first time in a while I screwed up what my producer said and called for the wrong team in a listen-in, Joe, but I'm glad that it was Cloud9 because that was fantastic. Listen in, they retain a 100-point lead. What'd you like from that?
Well, I mean, yeah, you just heard a lot of the small talk, right? 3, 2, 1, let's chow together, let's slide out. Hey, you know, last player's inside of 10, they're going to be spawning here. Just the small talk from Cloud9 on point, the gameplay on point, everybody's taking turns going on streaks. Max going off now, he's on 4 in a row. You just had Kremp on 6, Sib's putting up a bomb. Yeah, this team on Hacienda is very good.
Yeah, it's like similar in a way, I think, to maybe the improvements we saw from Seattle in the sense like they brought in Neptune, who was just a significant bump in like Vancouver. I did it again. Yeah. For Vancouver in the firepower department, like Sib has just gone from Well, he was not playing well this year. Back to God mode at 27 and 12, and you can see the impact it can make. Yes, the other players stepping up, but I think he's making it easier for everybody on the map when he's shooting like he is.
Well, that's just it. I mean, you just never know. Again, new titles every year. How quickly they're going to learn it, how quickly they're going to get comfortable with it. And yeah, I would say Sib he's back in his zone.
Seeming that way. 28 and 13. What a spectacular map out of him. Just 13 to close it, but we'll see how much LAG can fight. I mean, early in the year, it felt like they had a lot of fight. They'd bring some crazy comebacks in the hard point, but sometimes they'd just come short. Yeah, they'd be down 100, try to bring it back, but just run out of juice at the tail end of it. Let's see if they've got enough here to pull off something truly spectacular. Or is it one break from New York that'll close it out? They'll get right into it. 10 points needed. They might get the tick here. I think they do.
Yeah, it's just at 249. It's pretty close, yeah. I think it'll be 249. But now they have to rotate. I mean, they were thinking maybe the same thing. But this has been the problem. Honestly, like, it's a 110-point game, but they may be losing like 110 to 0 on P2 throughout this map. Now you have Shreeks coming inbound from Tremp. He's got another missile for that side. Not going to connect everybody inside of Garage, outside of Linz. But behind that, you buy space. Cloud9 still taking their time.
Well, I think this now. Let's group up for one big break. We get a break, the game's over. And they're doing it right now. Attach able to get 2. That'll be 3 dead. One more player to deal with. Not going to get there in time. And that'll be the closeout in the hard point from the opening moments. They were dominant. They went up 100 with the quickness. And I think this is what we want to see. You know, when you're playing a team that you should be significantly better in, come in and dominate it, and man, did they do that.
No, exactly. Yeah, just right from the start. I thought Sid was going to finish with singular deaths, honestly. The stat line he was putting up through most of that. Finally, LAG came alive. But yeah, when we look at the graph, I mean, just look at the P2s. I mean, it is just going to be so one-sided when you talk about what Cloud9 was able to do with the early break on the first one, another good hold on the second one, and they just didn't allow LAG any avenue back into the game.
No, they really didn't. I mean, I guess you could say, from what? After, like, the P3, or after, like, the first set of rotations, you kind of play them even, but it doesn't matter where you're down 100, unfortunately. So, yeah, you picked it up a bit if you were LAG. But just too late. And I feel like that was a conversation for them so much in Hardpoint early in the year.
The other problem is, too, you gave up so many streaks. You had so many. Finally, when you start to fight back, even if they weren't the most effective Hellstorms, they just disrupt the setup.
100%.
Some time, cause a little bit more chaos, and that's all Cloud9 needed.
But it really was just the beginning of this game. I mean, their 100-point advantage comes from a P2 break into a P3 break, both instantaneous on the first push. And Sib goes streaking up to, like a 9 streak, I think, before he drops, able to earn a cruise and kill 2 of his teammates, but still. And this this is when he backed that thing up. Instantly drops to Mac, but Sib is, when he is shooting well, I mean, it's like him, Dashy. It's like a handful of guys that just their POV looks a little bit different. Shoot a little bit straighter.
A lot of headshots. A lot of headshots.
Like they just kill faster, bro. They do.
Honestly, they do. But yeah, you start to see like LAG's starting to put up a bit of a fight. But again, just that 100-point lead never really goes away. They take their time to break that last P2.
You just can't. You can't go in a hole like that. And I don't know what you need to change if you're LAG. It's tough because like you have the setup. It's just twice to get broken. It's hard to like break it down more than that. You just can't. You at least have to hold a push or 2, make it a little bit scrappy. But you just got kicked out of the point. They took your property, and it's now their home.
Oh yeah, so you got 0 on the first 2. Those first 2 P2s, you got 0 points.
Yeah, and that you're not going to win Hacienda, are you? No. You're going to need something to go on the P2s. So definitely some stuff to critique and review for the LAG side. They'll try to improve that going forward. But we stay on Hacienda, a solid one for Cloud9 New York, as they'll look to further this lead up to 2-0 if they're able to. But I mean, I asked you what you were thinking about both these series today, and you said 3-0 for both is what you felt. So
that's what I was feeling.
You're right about the first of our series. So far, so good with this one. As we look forward to Search and Destroy, I don't know, any other big takeaways in a positive department from that hard point, though? Like for Cloud9?
For Cloud9?
Yeah.
I mean, you just saw the teamwork. I think that really showed out. And when
the listening was good.
When you can get early breaks like that quickly on Hacienda, I think I had 2 things. Like LAG maybe just not layering the map, or their setup's not as good as it can be. But, I mean, when you did a clean 3 to 4 dead, like that is just... That's money.
No, and like the listening was so, like you said, there was a lot of small talk. But I always like when teammates are gassing each other. When things are going so well, you're like, I love it. The teammate gas is one of my favorite things during those. But Cloud9, feeling good. Sib has got to be the most locked player on the planet. Like, I don't know if he blinks ever when we've got him on camera, but we'll talk about the duo of Crimp and Attach and what they've been able to do in Search and Destroy in Sage 2, as they'll look to make an impact on Hacienda in Map 2.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about, right? Like, as good as their hardpoint has been getting, it's really their Search and Destroy that has made them darn good. 6-2 throughout Stage 2. So yeah, a massive improvement there, and well, maybe led by the guys we don't talk about too often in Crimp and Attach.
Crimp, I mean, we do when it comes to Search, though. It just feels like if there's someone that's making a crazy double or triple.
That's a good point on Skyline.
Yeah. Like he'll be the guy sometimes that you're absolutely highlighting, because he'll be their kind of change of pace guy that'll hit you in the mouth. Keep an eye on his playmaking ability in this. And now if you're LAG, you've really tried to improve the Search and Destroy. You've made a couple changes to try and do that. It looked to be a bit improved when you first brought Priesta back in with Lunars in the squad. Another test here after a frustrating Map 1. You try to brush it off and get the win here for Cloud9. Solid stretch over your last 4 when it comes to Search and Destroy.
Yeah, I mean, 2 of those are versus what? Minnesota Rocker, right? Who we know is a very good Search and Destroy team. So great look there. Boston as well. Yeah, ended up losing in the minor, the Map 2. I think that's when they went like a bunch of vaults versus LA Thieves and maybe just try to play some of their weaker maps, but didn't quite work out.
See if it works out here on Hasi, but strong start for Cloud9. Our final match of day 1 on this weekend, but apparently might have an issue with one of the players' setup, so we're going to be getting them back in the game and hopefully loading back into this one quickly enough. Maybe a moment to breathe and talk about stuff for LAG, a moment to sit in your glory if you're Cloud9 with that dominant Map 1 victory. But I wasn't sure, I wasn't sure if this AR duo and Attach and Sib was going to click. I really wasn't, just because Sib last year, even like, I don't know, I didn't know if he was going to be the guy that spawned in and rotated and sat in the hard point, if he was going to be the guy that was going to just literally, I don't know, be scrapped, just chow every single fight and drop 50. I didn't know.
Well, I think before, maybe last year with like Skies, who was he teamed up with? It was a lot of accuracy, and I think accuracy probably played around him. Yeah. Right? Just sort of, he allowed Pred and Sib to just turn into the superstars they are today.
Yeah.
And I think Attach is probably, I mean, you have Lamar also, the coaching staff, that helps, but Attach is probably in the same mindset, right? Like, I'll set you up. Like, what do you need me to do? He's at that point in his career.
Oh yeah.
He just wants to get back to the podium.
Yeah, that's what Skies had to do a little bit last year. Attach, do it this year, just trying to focus on getting that objective time. Maybe can be a little bit more vocal from that position. Let your superstar shine. But we've seen just a lot of that with successful teams over the years. Like, just set up your superstar. Okay, it's not as simple as that, but like let your superstar shine. Like find a winning plan that involves that. I mean, some of the guys in LAG are very familiar with that. Like with their time with Hydra, that's for sure. Unfortunately, you're kind of lacking that superstar now, and you're trying to get it done in a different way. But I've heard, I think it was one player dropped. He's loading back up, and we should be getting back into it pretty quick once they reset the lobby. So thank you for bearing with us. Hope everyone's having a beautiful day wherever you live. Maybe the weather's starting to warm up a little bit. Spring's just around the corner. Maybe you bought a new puppy. Maybe you're falling in love for the first time. Maybe you're got a new video game. Ate your favorite meal, which is probably like tacos or something. I just hope
it's nice pizza Friday night.
For some pizza. I just hope you're all having a great day. I'm here hanging out with Joe. We're having a blast and thinking about you at home. Just sitting there in your whatever you're wearing. I was going to say something real. All right, I'm just going to stop. Standings for Major 2. This is why
your voice is getting more and more sultry.
I'm starting to get a little sensual there. Yeah, I was like, I don't know where this is going to go. I know Crystal, our producer, was probably about to open the door and just give me the eyes when she knows I'm about to go off the rails. She's literally been in my ears. The first person who's been in my ears, it's like sometimes like, come on, or like, slow down, stop. I'm like, it makes me laugh every time. But Thieves sit at the top, or right behind him, Cloud9, and for LAG, yeah, you've been down there. I mean, you're really thankful that the Falcons exist.
And this is just tough. Like, how do you catch up here, right? Because Miami was a top 4 team at Major 1. They're trying to turn it back around. I guess Breach may be slipping. Carolina, they really, I mean, they're 2-2 now, but it feels like they really haven't slipped that much.
This is why it's weird, because everything's kind of flipped in the middle of the pack. Like, most of the top stuff in a way has stayed the same. I know, like, FaZe is sitting in 6th, just from a general standpoint. But, like, yeah, Heretics, who was 3rd, is, like, fallen off. Boston, who was, 5-2 or whatever in the Pro League, like, they've fallen off. And then it's
but they're still 2-2.
And, like, but then, everybody else is elevating. Like, all those other teams are elevating. It's just like, yeah, everyone can't get better. It's just not Well, okay, they can, but you can't from a standing standpoint. Like everyone, the league does elevate over time, but like, yeah, it's just tough when it's got to be hard when you're LAG and like you're trying so hard to get better. And even if you are improving, like the others around you are improving more. So it probably just doesn't even feel like you're getting better. It's like you're running into a wall.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, that's just sort of the title change. You don't know what your roster is going to do. You don't know how players are going to be in a new title. That changes every single year. You're taking a gamble in a way. Then the first stage doesn't work out, so you make another change. Then maybe you make another change. And then if it takes too long, you're already out of champs. Like, right? Like, you have to be on point.
Whenever you say stuff like this, I always think about it like from Ghost AW, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's, I mean, for the most part, yeah, I hear you, and you're correct. There are enough changes where it's different. You're not sure, but like we've had some changes where it's like, holy God, what?
Hey, that one put me here, though. So.
Yeah, hey, what's up, fist bump? What's up? Welcome, welcome. Arden Forest sent Jack away. AW sent you to me. You know, everything happens for a reason. But we're back at it. Map 2 underway. Quick scan and repair. We're continuing action. Thanks again for your patience with your puppies and pizza. Zip, looking to keep the shooting straight. We're going to count the number of blinks over the course of this game. So far, it's 0.
Well, he's got 2 kills, though, so he's got more. Now it's 3. You might as well see him in his challenge.
I think he blinked right at the tail end of that. He did. 1 blink, 3 kills. Dude, he is dialed.
He's just thinking about that dot. Where's the dot going?
Yeah, no.
What am I pre-aiming?
Yeah. No, he is. Well, it worked out. We'll see it again.
He's just jumping out of the window. Like, he's just literally like, free kill. Stun hits, dead. Who's gonna chow next? See you later.
No, he's dead. 1 blink. It's impressive stuff there, I assume. Incredible map 1 hardpoint right into the map 2. I just went to stand back in my spot like we were coming on camera for some reason. I have no idea, Joe. I gotta lock it in. I'm like, why am I way over there? I don't know.
The long breaks, they get us unlocked.
Yeah, no, I'm rarely locked at this point. I'm 40. We'll see who can come up with the first blood though now. Kismet ready to bark, tucked in the corner, but the action not coming to him yet. Mac a little tagged up. Back to full HP though. It's the offense for LAG. Looks to get a foot forward. Kismet hoping maybe he can catch someone, looking for his timing to get forward. Had an opportunity, or a glimmer of one, not able to do it. 50 seconds remaining on the clock, and Linz has got eyes. That should be 1. There's the first blood. It is a slow and methodical approach from LAG, and it turns into a first blood.
Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe, Sib's just going to be playing with confidence, but you just have Hulk's control. You have nobody to help you out there if you are Sib, so he ends up getting caught, bombed down.
Yeah, that might be a heat check.
Yeah.
Guys, I got Hulse.
I'm just going to take all the fights.
Here comes Attach, though, and Attach, he's snapping. Beautiful. On to the next, but not enough. LAG get the first blood, end up taking the round. But yeah, methodical approach up halls, and see the final one from Lunars one more time, but just making sure Attach doesn't have an opportunity to do this. Well, granted, he comes out and looks left for some reason. Maybe that turns into a crazy play for Attach.
Yeah, I think maybe just a bit of a miscom, right? Because you had Mac who was out towards balcony. Maybe Sib's thinking he's got a little bit more help than he does, and he's just looking the wrong way. Like, they have no info on open hall, and he's just pre-aiming in the middle of the door. But yeah, also could be a heat check. I mean, he did fry 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just like Kiz's pressure on the Mac on one side, like he's thinking that's where it's going. I don't know. He's worried about the wrap through, like Mac's telling him there's a weird timing. I'm not sure. But it did look kind of awkward, like from our POV, right? Sib, I thought, had his revenge. Doesn't end up happening. Kismet able to slip away on 17 HP. They want to hunt him down, but he gets back to full or close to it, enough to take a second down. So an incredible life there out of Kismet.
That was an insane little reaction onto Attach. Attach is like, I got the read. He's in here. Freebie. Nope.
Oh, the timing of this. Oh, Lord. Oh, that is unfortunate. Crimp able to get 2, and now in a 2v3, you're bringing it back. That timing could not have been worse. Lunars down to 1 versus 1. Basically bumping chest, but it's awkward there. Can't break his ankles. He'll fall. You pull off, what, the 2v4. If you are Cloud9, and that's just, I don't know if one person just has to turn and check for that, or that's just unreadable to the point that timing's like perfect.
Yeah, maybe one of those rounds when I mean, what, one player was split from you? Maybe just trying to do a little bit too much. You can kind of give up the bombs, play a retake with your numbers, not have to move, maybe just control office, but
it just
take
feels,
the risk.
It just feels like two people shouldn't get shot in the back in a 4v2.
Yeah.
Right? Like that somehow
It doesn't help.
It can't happen. Cloud9. Gonna have to bring it back without numbers again. Well, it was a 3v4, but not for long. Sib gonna drop. Kiz is gonna fall. Crimp with a double, and oh no. Here we maybe go again.
I mean, you had this position. I would imagine his teammate got a bullet into it, but Priest left it in 1 versus 2, and Kremp is the difference maker. Just guns Lins.
Sheesh.
But yeah, you started off well. If you were LAG, you had the read. They were sliding out and challenge, and it's just like, all right, well, sometimes you just miss.
No, I mean, a lot of winnable rounds right now for LAG. You're not taking. We saw the Crimp S&D stats coming into this, how good he has been, him and Attach. Well, he's 8-2 right now, and yeah, he's been the guy. If it's going to be an SMG in hand,
This fucking game opening up. Fucking controller was gonna turn off before. I need to take a picture of that. That's fucking hilarious. What? Why didn't I think of this before? I'm confused. Where'd he go? Get mine back up. Okay, now. 5. Why is he asking? No, I can't hear you. You're not in the voice chat. Not in the voice call. Join the Discord call. The only way I can hear you. I can't hear you. You need to join Discord. Gonna go use the bathroom. Join the Discord so I can hear you. Like just I told Swag to join the voice call, and he just never did. I don't know where he went. Militant said he'd be back. And that's it. Only ones that have contacted me so far. Fucking work or what, dude? Thank you. I've just been chilling, waiting for everyone to get ready. Fucking act up on me, kidneys. Sorry. Yeah, if you want, you can join. Yeah, give Evan. I'm in the Grim is live right now, so like no randoms can join. But I will be transitioning over to green room. So if you want, we can just go in the green room. Fuck. Hope I'm not getting a stone already. But we're playing, so I want to keep the battery in now. What's up, Becky?
Hello.
Hello, baby. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Better now that you're here.
Uh,
Come on, girl. You should have known that was coming.
Becky.
Oh yeah. Hey, Becky. Trying to work on something. Where everyone starts to join. Oh. So, are we gonna try to start with Among Us? What do you want to try to start with?
I think Among Us would be all of us.
I thought we were doing customs like in the beginning. That's why.
Yeah, but it's just me and you here.
True. Just say hey everyone and bounce, or I think. Becky, are you still there? The heck is
Hey, message swag. Ugh, English. Why can't I hear anything?
I'm not saying anything.
Oh, she was muted. I was like, shit, did my mic go out?
That takes care.
Oh, she was gonna raid me.
Are you live right now?
I just said I'm not on yet, dork.
No, just the way you were talking, it sounded like you were for a second. That's why I was asking.
Mm-mm. No, I was in somebody's stream and told her I was about to stream and she's looking for me. I'm not on. She was gonna raid me.
Oh, okay, cool.
We're waiting on people.
I know.
Would have been awesome.
I don't know where everyone went. I was trying to help Swag with something, but I told him to join the Discord, and he ended up joining the stream together. And he was like, "I can't hear you." I'm like, "I know. It's on a different computer. You needed to join the Discord." And he never did. Then I get a message saying he's getting frustrated, and I'm like, "Okay, but..."
He said, let me eat first. I'll be there.
Okay. Don't know where Millie went. He said he was going to grub too and be back a half hour beforehand.
Okay. I need to. So cute. Oh, this looks dope as fuck. What's this?
I have no idea what you're looking at.
Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Oh, shit.
I think that one has both Spider-Men in it. Peter and Miles, I think.
He's like a Venom Spider-Man right now. It's crazy. Do you just want to start on Fortnite for now while we're waiting on everybody?
Actually, I was gonna say, you want to try headliners?
We're gonna be on that for a while, though.
I was thinking we can use this first playthrough just to kind of get a handle of the controls. I mean, we can do Fortnite if you want. I was just trying to think of something different, that's all.
Either or. Either or.
I'm coughing, I'm not ignoring. I kind of want to try headliners, to be honest. That video really did get me. You did get me really wanting to play this game.
I love watching them. They also have this other game they did, Dark Hour.
Dark Hour?
I think I found it. Yeah, I think I found it on Steam.
It is, I think. Is that like a heist? You're trying to like rob something and the ghosts are coming after you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. I think I almost got us that.
They have a video, that one too. It's hilarious. I love those guys. They're so awesome. Let me see if they have.
I booted
it. They did Gang Beast also. Holy shit, I could not stop laughing.
God, Gang Beast. Gang Beast is a fun one.
Let me see if they have. There was another one they did. It was called